What's going on, everybody? Hey, 252's in the house. Joy says Murphy's Law, never ask what else can go wrong. Yeah, I know that one. Let's see. We got our baby here, Abby. We got Abby. You guys didn't know, but some of y'all might have. She had a big cyst back here on her hip. It stayed open for a bit after it burst, and waited to try to get her in the vet, get her stitched up. She's stitched up, healed up, and this girl used to be 19 pounds. Now she's like 9 pounds, but spent a lot of time outdoors. And that's helped her out losing weight. But she's our baby. Hey, Abby. Okay, she's like, hell with you. So we got 11 people in here hanging out. What's going on, guys? Johnny Smallpepper, Joy Stewart, Dale Hayslip. Give a little, shout out to everybody that's been in here. Martin, 922. Let's see. I know Kelly Bullock, he popped in when I scheduled this, but Mr. Tully, how's it going? Um, you know, up to 13 people. Let some people kind of pop in, and you know, I know some of you guys are expecting, because of my crappy fishing career, for this to be a live saying I'm going to give up fishing, but that's not going to happen. I'm not going to let that happen. Danny Stone, what's going on, man? Hey, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you for being here. Give a few more minutes, see if maybe some more people pop in. Hey, Kelly's still here. Thanks for coming in, guys. So, but yeah, no, this doesn't have to do. There's Matt. Want to be outdoors? What's going on? Thank you guys for coming in. Nope, doesn't have to do anything. Doesn't have anything to do with my crappy fishing career, and getting skunked and all that stuff. So we're up to 18 people now. Wow, holy cow! We've only been going right at 3 minutes. Hey, Rhonda, there's Fishing for Whiskers. What's going on? Art and Adventures with Tasha. Thanks for coming in. How are you guys doing? And it seems I picked a pretty good time, because I looked and nobody was live. I didn't have any live scheduled for anybody popping up anytime soon. If they do, well, everybody's going to do what they're going to do, whether they're going to hang out and listen BS or go watch the other people. You got the truck loaded, just waiting, and Austin show up, and you'll head out. Hey, Danny, hopefully you guys have a good time out fishing. If your fishing was part of the channel and we both up on screen, and what? Dan, if it was part of the channel and we both be up on the screen right now. Oh, if it was your fishing part, yeah. Okay, I get it now, Kelly. Yep. Yeah, if it was a bad time, bad experience, and we had to talk about our bad issue with fishing. We're up to 20 people. Thanks everybody for coming in. Headed back home from putting a deer camera out. Awesome, Matt. Hopefully you got some good deer traffic coming in this year. Hopefully we'll have some good luck with deer this year. Maybe, I'm pretty sure we're going to go back hunting. Same place we've been going down in kind of south central, southwestern Oklahoma. Maybe I'll go ahead and get a game camera. Try to find one that's a decent one, decent camera, a decent price. Maybe something I can afford. Probably won't, even though it's a 2.5 hour drive. I'm sure I won't be able to afford anything with Wi-Fi on it where I can, have it upload pictures and videos straight to my phone. But so we're up to 21 people. We're going. kind of throwing all these things out, over the last week and a half, like kind of my world's kind of been thrown and kind of gone upside down. Last Tuesday, I think it was, I had to look back at my text and remember Latoya Williams. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. That's a new name, but I believe she is part of Joy or somebody's family there. And I appreciate you coming in to hang out and listen. But so this last week and a half, kind of had my world turned upside down, and there's been a number of different things kind of throwing me for a loop. I'll start out Tuesday evening. Uh, I'm sitting on the porch outside. My dad comes out, asks me a question, and so a family member had a little bit of a legal issue. Close family member um, asked me if I had any idea of how to handle. If I had any idea of how to handle that, I did not. Um, and then about an hour later, I'm sitting inside in the living room watching TV. My aunt calls my dad and says that his brother had just had a heart attack on the softball field. They had to rush him to the hospital. He had they directly took him into surgery. They put 3 stents in on the right side. Need a trigger, need a trigger man, guy. All right, Matt, I appreciate that. I'll look you up if I ever need one. But yeah, so Uncle goes in, has 3 stents put in his heart and the right side of his heart on his I guess arteries. I don't know how all that works, but had 3 stents put in. They said he's going to have a bypass on his left side. Got in from work, I think Thursday or Friday. My dad was on the phone with him. He was doing good. He was already home. The way they handle these heart attacks and surgeries and everything, they take quick response to it. They handle it very quickly, and most of the time, if they catch it in time, they can get you back into pretty good health pretty quick. He already has driving clearance, so he's good on that. So that happened. Both those issues happened on Tuesday, and I didn't find out. I think it was Thursday morning, and I didn't get to pay much attention because I've really been running very late on getting to work. I've been getting to work like at the last minute, like going in the gate. And there's been a couple times I've had to call my supervisor and be like, "Hey, I'm running late. The gate is backed up." So I had pulled up the Boar's Nest or KP's live, which I found out in the Boar's Nest that KP, Kenneth Powell, friend of mine, uh, I haven't, he's always said he'd be there for me. And he's that way with everybody. Um, been bad, he said if I ever need to talk, email him, message him, whatever. I think one time Jody said she would get Hogleg and Kenneth my phone number, and both of them said they didn't have my number, so I don't think that happened at the time. Don't hold any bad feelings on Jody at all whatsoever. Um, things happen, but we all have each other's email addresses. But Kenneth has always been there. Kenneth tries to be there for everybody. He tries to be a religious man, and as most everybody in here knows, I found out Kenneth had a major stroke, and to this day he is still in the hospital, fighting for his life, fighting to come back and be back with us. Uh, Kenny's a goofy soul. He's a great guy. Got a big heart. Wants to help everybody out. Wants to be there for everybody. He enjoys fishing. He's got a daughter that's there with him, trying to help out as much as possible. If you guys don't know, check out Hogleg. It's I think Hogleg Catfishing, but check out his channel. He's got all the updates on what's going on with Kenneth. If you want to make any kind of donations, Thank you, Dale. Yes, sir. KB Strong. If you want to make any kind of donations, there is a Cash App. There's information for his daughter's Cash App on there. All right. Rustic Dave shared me out. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. If anything, my PayPal is in my about section. You can always send me money, and if you want to make a donation, you don't have Cash App, I do have PayPal. You can make a donation. Make sure it is. You put a note there that it is money for KP, and I can get that sent directly. We can make it happen. We can get it to Caitlin. But so that happened. We got KP still in the hospital. That's a tough deal. Hard to deal with. Said with especially with my family issues happening. So that happened, and then everything's going along all right. And then, yep. Thank you, Matt. Swagmaster. Money sign Swagmaster is Caitlin's Cash App. Oh, okay. So she's got to pay. Oh, PayPal is Caitlin Powell LLC. All right. So Caitlin does have a PayPal. Yeah. If you guys can dig up a link, get a link out there for Caitlin. Go ahead and post it. Any donations be able to help, because KP is on a limited income. Yeah, everybody's pulling, like Martin said. Community's pulling for KP. Everybody's pulling for Kenneth Powell. Really need to get him. Hopefully, man, hopefully by and I'm not a religious person. I grew up Catholic. I was made to go all the time. Finally got the option at around 15 years old, and I pretty much quit. I go for weddings. I go for and I'm not opposed to go for holiday things, Christmas, Easter, that kind of stuff. Even though I haven't done it in years, but I have my beliefs. I've got my faith. I know there is somebody up there. There's a reason we're all here. I have my way of praying, and I think we all do. If you can be as religious as possible, or you can not be religious. But I think we all have a way of just keeping people in our thoughts and our prayers, making some form of a prayer. It doesn't always have to be, please God help, just, have your higher thoughts for our friends and our family, our loved ones. So after Kenneth, then, what brings a lot of this all home is my dad told me earlier this week that I had another uncle go in the hospital. This uncle, he's, I'll say he's kind of always been one of my favorites. He's a finished carpenter. He does amazing carpentry work on very expensive high-end homes. But this guy, he always had the whole deal of, oh, look at that. I'm pulling my thumb apart, kind of doing that thing. And, when I was a little kid, I believed it. But, he's a great guy. He had a stroke, I think probably 20 years ago. It did a number on one of the sides of his body. He fought back from that. He came back. And then, come to find out, he ended up going in the hospital the other day for pneumonia. They put him on a ventilator. They had to do brain scans and check and see if he might have had another stroke. And with all the scans and everything, apparently he was cleared of a stroke. He's good at that, or he's good of that. He's been taken off the ventilator, and my dad sent me a screenshot earlier, a little while ago, that he's getting some antibiotics antibiotics, and everything's going to be okay. He's getting released to go back home today, which is good news. That's awesome. I can't say we all have our ways of praying. Hey, Brenda, what's going on? Freedom Redbird, how are you? Thanks for coming in. We dropped to 17 people, but you know that's going to happen. People are going to come in, check things out, bounce around, go around, whatever. But then, so on top of that, Thursday I'm at work, and I just kind of stepped because I can't have my phone on the shop floor at work. I can step outside the yellow line and check my phone, look at it. And I just happened to look, see if I had any text, any notifications, anything I need to worry about. And I pull it up, and I had a text from my dad. And when I scroll, when I swipe the screen down, I missed the picture. No, the picture didn't come up, but the text that said, "I'm okay," came up. So I pull up the screen, I pull up the text, and the whole front end of my dad's GMC 1500 full size truck, crew cab. The whole front end of his truck is caved in. Um, Apparently, a woman and her daughter were in from out of town, and they were supposed to be heading out of town that day. And the woman was sitting there talking to her daughter and had her head up her ass. Wasn't paying attention, and she ran a red light. My dad T-boned him. My dad's okay. His chest and his shoulder are sore from the airbag and the seatbelt, but he is okay. And that, a lot of this, he's supposed to be leaving later this coming week, at the end of the week, on a ride to Montana with the Indian group, because as a lot of you guys know, he does have a pretty much brand new Indian that he got. Beautiful bike, but it's like a 3,700-mile round trip, and they're supposed to be going up to Montana. I guess they were going to be going to Yellowstone, but that part got cut out. But they're going to be going to Glacier National Park and Mount Rushmore, a bunch of different things in between. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. But so those kind of things worry me. The fact that he's getting on a 1,000-pound bike with his lady friend, and she's not going to ride her Can-Am or Spider. She's not going to ride it up there. She's going to ride with my dad. But all this stuff worries me, and the fact that he's about to make this big long ride. And that's a big long ride for anybody. I don't care what size bike you ride. But that's 5 big major things that have happened just in the last week and a half that have been weighing on me. And it's hard. It's hard to want to get out and do things. Now, a lot of it comes with the heat we've been having. That's really kind of deterred me from doing a lot of things. But all these things adding up, it kind of weighs on you. And it makes you wonder, it makes you think about your own life choices. And I've had a kind of a streak of good luck as far as finally starting a new career, getting on at Tinker, working on jet engines. I finally got my certifications. I'm finally about to get my level up, and get my raise, which will be a good help. Hey Emily, thank you for coming in. How are you? I haven't talked to you lately. I hope you're doing pretty good. Got the lovely little Miss Emily here. We jump back up to 18 people. Thank you all for being here. But it's tough. Yeah, baby. I got Abby coming to visit again. You want to say hi? You want to say hi, baby? Hey, look up. Look up. Abby, look up at everybody. Hey, up here. Up here. Meow. I know. She doesn't like the way I'm holding her. Randy, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in. And then Kate came over to hang out too. And you can see her kind of waddling off there. Life gets complicated. Sometimes you got to breathe in and out. Yeah. Yeah, Martin, I think he will. And by he had some great luck because he'd been looking around, and because he does have a big bike with a lot of luggage, a lot of storage space. It's got saddlebags and a big tour pack on the back. But the fact that it's going to be him and his friend riding together, kind of looking at more space. So he found one of those one-wheel trailers, and it was going to cost him like $3,200 to get this trailer. And he made contact with, or tried to make contact with the company, and it was going to be like 8 to 10 weeks to order that trailer. Or when he ordered it, it was going to be 8 to 10 weeks to get it, and that's definitely not going to coincide with his time. Well, him and his friend Kathy, they started looking around online, and he found one he found one in Missouri, and the guy, I think he's got sentimental issues with the trailer. Lone Star, what's going on, Chad? Thanks for coming in, brother. We jump back up to 21 people, man. I appreciate everybody for being here. So he's looking around. He found a trailer. This guy he told him he'd take $1,900 for it. He wanted $2,000, and this is like a 2010 model trailer. Damn it, Jenna, what's going on? We got Jenna in here too. Thank you. Apparently Chad must have shared this out. I didn't get a notification on that one, but Chad probably shared it out and got you guys in here. Or maybe Jenna came in because she got the notification. But he was looking, and he found a trailer for like $1,200 in New Hampshire, I think, somewhere around there. Some friends of ours, some family friends, were visiting family out in Maryland or New Hampshire, somewhere in that area. Well, he found this trailer, and he hit them up, and they were like 14 miles from where this trailer was. So they said, okay, we'll go look at it. So they went out there. They drove out there. You've been here listening, catching up on the story? Haven't been going. Hey, thanks, Jenna, man. Yeah, things have been kind of tough. But they went and looked at it. They did a FaceTime video call with my dad, looked at it, and it worked out. They're actually going to be coming home with it this weekend. So he will have a trailer for his bike, just waiting on a hitch to come in that he's ordered. But that part's good. That's taken care of him. There has been some good, some bad, a lot of bad, but some good coming out of some of these things. Luckily, we had a spare vehicle. We still got my mom's car that after my dad's accident. Mike Irvin, thank you for coming in, sir. Long time no see. I hope you're doing good, buddy. But after my dad's accident, luckily, we had a spare vehicle for him to drive. Then on top of all that stuff, you guys, I've never made it known, but I've got some major dental issues. I think eventually I'm gonna make a video on all this, but I had an accident when I was a kid that both my front top teeth went through my lip, and they went all the way through my lip when I hit the driveway and shattered. Both my top teeth have been rebuilt. And for those of you who don't have dental issues, you don't know what it's like. But when you do have dental issues, it's a major emotional thing, major thing that you spend your time trying to hide your issues. And so back in like 2018, 2019, the left side tooth finally, that was rebuilt, finally decided to come back. And what was added on finally fell off. So I've been fighting that. And then now all of a sudden last night, the left tooth or the right tooth started to give me trouble, and it's going to be falling apart too. Um, but I think I'm gonna make a video on all that eventually, try to shed some light on all that. But that it causes me a lot of mental issues, a lot of emotional issues when it comes to things. You can't, you hide it. You can't smile. I got people telling me, yeah, you got a cute smile. Okay, well, that's cool, but all that is pretty much just kind of a grin. And so on top of all the accidents, the hospital visits from family and close family and friends and everything, I got my own stuff too. And so yeah, it's like, I have insurance, but yeah, I don't have any pain right now. Um, but yeah, it's all mental and emotional stuff when it comes to that. I try to be an upbeat, fun loving guy that wants to have fun and smile and laugh it up with everybody, but it's the hardest thing in the world to be around a group of people and something funny comes up and you can't even, you know, you don't have it in you to even let people see how funny or how happy you are, because you're fighting to try to hide what you don't want them to see. I spent 5.5 years with my son's mom, and she knew I had dental issues, but never, never let her see it. And that, when you have things like that, it makes you a very unhappy person, puts you in a place where you don't know how to handle things. So it's tough. Yeah, thanks, NJ, man. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming in, man. I text you out of the blue from time to time, buddy. Um, anybody in here is welcome. Have my phone number. A lot of people have my email address. NJ does have my phone number. Earl Reef Robber, Alicia, Hot Mess Fishing, um, Ashley Brady, Chad from Lone Stars Lounge, Chris from Elgato. A lot of people have my phone number. A lot of people have my email address. Those are some of the key people. Kevin from Palmetto Cats has my phone number, email address. A lot of people have my information. Um, it's hard. I'm in a position where I don't have many people getting a hold of me, talk to people to talk to throughout the day, and it makes a big difference that I made my career change. Um, because I sat in the seat of a crane in an enclosed cab for 8, 10, 12 hours a day or more. Sat in any other kind of piece of equipment out on a pipeline or wherever. And you don't have that social engagement with people because you sit there for all those hours, and you don't have people to talk to. So it's hard. Um, I try to contact people, might hear back a text or two here and there, but when your day goes by and you don't hear from people, it's taxing. When you think you've got people that care about you, people that you look forward to talking to, people you talk to, and you like to think that they kind of feel the same about you, but yet you don't hear back. It's pretty tough. When you can spend a whole week and maybe get 3 texts from your friends, from people. That's taxing. Finally, kind of starting to get invites from guys at work to go out and have drinks after work at certain times. Kate, get out of there. Damn dog will not quit licking her cooter. Like constantly licking herself. I always got to get her on that one. Alvin Lewis, thanks for coming in, brother. How are you doing? Hopefully the lizards are treating you well. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on some of this stuff, but let's see. Freedom Redbird, Brenda says, just get a partial plate. Dentures best. Yeah, but still have, yeah. And I'm, with the dental thing, I eventually plan on having, hopefully, having implants put in, but they're very expensive. Doesn't matter if you got insurance or not. When you have major dental issues, you're going to be paying thousands out of pocket. And it's, when you're struggling and, you got a full-time job, but you got bills to pay, you got a kid to pay for, you got to give money to their mom, everything else. It's hard. It's really tough. Tasha says, I'm here if you need to chat or an email, just scream response. That's what you want, and just need to vent. Thank you, Tasha. I appreciate it. Let's see. Jenna says, I'd enjoy solitude like that at a job. Jenna, I understand that too. It is good to have that solitude. I spent a lot of time in live streams. NJ can attest to that. I spent a lot of time in NJ's live streams while I was sitting in the crane. But yeah, Jenna, I have YouTube's the only social media I got. YouTube is all I got. I have no Facebook, no Instagram, none of that stuff. But yeah, it all adds up. It adds up to a lot of mental anguish and emotional issues and stuff. What up, JTC? Thanks for coming in, Jeremy. Like I said, I think I'll make a video some point before long on all the dental issues. It started when I was a kid, and it's just grown. I'm 43 years old now, and it's just grown. Like I said, I try to be happy and fun for all you guys, but there's a lot of things that weigh us down and keep us from doing all that stuff. So your life turn with the new job and yeah, Martin, definitely. It has definitely been a lifesaver, game changer with me getting a new career. I got 7.5 days of leave built up, but I have no I have no extra money to be able to spend it and do anything to enjoy this time off that I've been given, or that I've earned. 7.5 days sick leave, 7.5 days personal leave. Let's see. Tasha said, Joy I fight with on a daily basis. He used to do counseling, but made it worse for me. Yeah. Use YouTube to promote my socializing. Other than that, yeah, and yeah, oh yeah, Brenda, yeah, and I met Brenda. Brenda mentioned not too long ago in a live stream that she doesn't remember meeting me at the Mid America meetup, but we did meet. Spent a little bit of time talking. Brenda's an awesome lady. On the road, heading to the river. Thank you. Awesome, Danny. Be safe, brother. Don't drive the way you do in the mornings. All around, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Sunfish King. There's Karen. Been getting kicked in the balls last few years, trying to get on your feet. Started working again 2 days ago. Hot, terrible, but at work not in terrible work, but it pays. Yeah, man, Kieran, I hope everything goes well for you. I know you've had a lot of issues with. You had to move up, be with uh, be with Molly and her family. You kind of put things with your life on hold, and you're doing an awesome thing, helping out and being there. Um, I definitely say my time in Springfield, Missouri last year was a big. It kind of sucked because I spent 5 months there driving back and forth from Oklahoma to Missouri. But I did get to meet and spend time with Kieran with Sunfish King. Kieran's an awesome guy, and having a friend to hang out with and do things with, no questions asked, no worry about getting anything out of each other, just enjoying our time together. That made a world of difference, and I made some pretty good friends hanging out at a bar up there. Um, a lot of great people. There's Ernie. What's going on, Ernie? Thanks for coming in, sir. Appreciate your like and share. Brenda says I'll be back in the area around Chandler soon. Need a fish. Hey, Brenda, I'm only like 45 minutes from Chandler or less. I can make it up there. And I definitely do want to come up there and fish with you and JB up there at Chin Killer. I get a weekend, and all this heat has really been a killer. But it's like I get Dom on my pay weekends, and right now I do have Dom, but he is down the road playing with his little bestie. She's a sweetheart, cute little girl. She's got a really good family, and they get along just great. Uh, their mom, I text her, and she treats him as one of his own, one of her own. Misplaced fishing, thanks for coming in. Glad you're here. Ernie says I'm very sore, but almost done on family home, but I can't. Yeah, I hear you, Ernie. Hopefully you're able to get everything done. Hopefully all this stuff comes before all the uh, all the cold weather. Um, but yeah, it's just a lot of things adding up. And like I said, I do plan on going to fish. Wine cellar, hey Nikki, how's it going? Uh, plan on at some point. Like I said, I end up with Dominic on my pay weekends. Um, and then by the next weekend, a lot of times, kind of money is a little short, so I'm kind of stretching thin. I did just get a step raise, only 88 cents, but it kind of makes a little bit of a difference. Kate, get out of there. Makes a little bit of a difference. It's only like 50, 60 bucks on my paycheck every week, but that helps a little bit. Like I said before, my supervisor will be putting in for my level 8 pretty soon, so that'll give me definitely a good raise. And I can I'll probably I need to do a live stream update on the job on how everything's going. Um, but his grandma took me in as a grandson, love her so much, but busted my butt too. Yeah, Ernie, and I've told her, I said, when you got him, when he's down there hanging out, he's one of your own, and treat him as one of your own. He's allowed to have drinks and snacks, and if he does something wrong, get on to him about it. That's the way I grew up. It seems like you know those of us kids born in the 80s are probably the last of the people. Robin C, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Neighbors leaving, and their daughter is not happy about leaving, apparently. Well, neighbor's daughter is leaving with a grandkid. All right, Sarah, be safe going to work. Um, but she sent one of the most encouraging texts today, telling how much she loves him, how much they all love him when he's around, and telling me that watching how he is and how he tries to have conversation and everything else, how he does have good parenting, and that makes me feel good. Um, yeah, it makes any parent feel good to know that their kid just brings joy on other families. So I told her, when it kind of cools down and we get a nice weekend, they should all come up. We'll have a cookout, all the kids and us adults, because I haven't really had a whole lot of time to spend with the kids, with his friends' parents, and get to know them. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate that. But I haven't had a lot of time to spend with parents and get to know them. So it would be nice. Maybe they just come up for a get together sometime, and we do a cookout and everybody just hang out. You know, gets into the night, have some drinks, and just hang out, enjoy time. That's the way things work. And it's great that there are parents, and I'm not afraid to tell a parent that if he does something wrong, I mean, give him a spanking, whatever. That's the time I grew up in. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and like I said, I think that was the last generation of kids to get that kind of parenting, where your friends' parents, your kids' friends' parents were allowed to be a parent to you as well. It implies and treat your kid just as their own. Now, granted, there are a lot of people that maybe you didn't want to give that access to um, because maybe they're a little bit over the top. Maybe they beat their kid, whatever. But um, you know, I definitely wouldn't let them spend time with people who's beating their kid, and I wouldn't give them that satisfaction of being able to have my son and treat him the same way. But for the most part, every kid, every family, everybody he's friends with, um, I trust them. I trust him to go hang out with them. Yeah, Dale. Yeah, Dale. Even the schools got to correct us, and I'll tell you, I got my ass busted so many times in elementary school. You could almost said that, and I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't cause trouble. I didn't start trouble. It just all that had to do with my grades and inability to do my schoolwork and stuff. I was bad about that. Um, let's see. I still believe it takes a village to raise a child. Yep, definitely misplaced. Ernie, gotta go. Letting it play. Have a little more work to do before rain. I'm gonna unload a truck. All right, Joy. All right, Ernie. I'll be here. Maybe, probably. You were blessed to raise over 24 kids. Only 3 were biological, but you love them all. Hell yeah, Joy. Joy, you definitely had a tough life. I've been in lives where you've talked about your history. You led a very tough life, but you were able to raise kids and make it happen. And for the most part, everything I've heard, that the kids have come up to be decent kids, and that's all we can ask, that our kids grew up to be good kids, good adults, good men and women. But so just kind of an update to you guys. Let everybody know how my life's going. I know a lot of people are saying, they're always saying, when you go live, when are you going? They're asking me when I'm going live. And with this new job, granted, I get off early in the kind of early in the afternoon because I go in pretty early in the morning. But I got so much that weighs on my mind every day that I go to work on 2 to 2.5 hours sleep. I often don't fall asleep until about 3 to 3:30 in the morning, and I got to be awake between 5:30 and 6. A lot of times I don't get out of the house till about 6:15, barely make it to work on time, so it's tough. Um, But my mind never shuts off between all my all my personal issues, emotional, mental issues that I've got to deal with. My mind also never shuts off with issues as far as my artwork goes. I still have pieces that I started a couple years ago that I still need to finish. People waiting on artwork that I promised, and they will get them. It's just I've been bad about them. Um, all this fishing stuff has sparked a lot of creativity as far as ideas on products, on things to make that can help. And it's disheartening when I go in to live streams and I watch people who come up with an idea and make something, and I watch them get praise among praise, and I can't pump out enough. I can't pump out enough things business wise yet for people to be like, oh, hey, look at this thing he come up with. So then that's taxing right there. I come up with a lot of good ideas. I don't have my own shop to work in. Tish Ross, what's up, Tish? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Hope you and Pooch are doing well. Tish is the wife of Pooch. That's Pretty and Pooch. Pooch is shit. Somebody got to post his channel. I know it's shoot. You're I don't know something country. Anyways, Pooch has a great channel. Tish has a great channel. I met them both at the get together. Oh yeah, full blown country. Duh, that's an easy one. But I did meet both of them at the Mid America meetup at Lake Tenkiller in Oklahoma back in May, I think it was. Um, both great people, awesome people. They're fun to be around. Everybody needs a Pooch in their life. Um, but yeah, I just between things that my dad acquired and our motorcycles and everything else in the shop, I can't work in the shop. I have to work outdoors. There's no carport to work under. So all this heat, the sun, and when I try to work in the evenings, the sun is blowing right down on me. And if I do work during the summer heat, I'm spending more time fighting the sweat and the fogged up glasses, safety glasses and everything while I'm working on things. Eventually, hopefully, I will find me a place with a shop, or I'll be able to rent a shop, give me some equipment that I need, and I can start pumping some things out between my artwork and my product ideas. I got to work on getting an LLC. Decide on whether I'm going to do an LLC or a corporation because I do have multiple business ideas, uh, not just between fishing products but other things. Um, so trying to get all that started, it's tough, and I'm one of those people that gets easily discouraged, so that makes it hard. Um, so if I get discouraged, things might back off, and when it comes to my ideas, it's like I get discouraged. I find I've got to go the harder route to be able to make anything because I don't have the proper equipment to do things. Um, so it gets tough. Yeah, misplaced. That might be better. There's different. Got a couple different people. Maddie from Backwoods Mindset. He has a business degree, and he told me anytime I need to talk to him, anytime I need help trying to get things going, he would help me. Of course, I did text him one time and never heard back. So I know he's got a busy life. He's got a lot of things going on, but I did meet Maddie at the Mid America meetup too. Maddie's an awesome guy. He's freaking cool as hell. Um, yeah, he's awesome. We still got 20 people in here. We got Catfish Dog Tim in the house. Thanks for coming up, Tim. Sorry, I haven't posted a link for anybody to come up. It's just kind of a me getting my thoughts and everything out there. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, man. No, I understand, Tim. I know. Those are bro hugs. I appreciate it. Nope, I missed. I knew I missed one there. I can't create art unless I'm in my right mindset. I get what I call creative block. Yeah, misplaced. I don't get block. I just get discouraged and think of how I don't have the proper ways to be able to do something, and I've got to find the hard ways to do it, and that makes it tough. You have some business education, but not a degree. Todd Projects, what's going on, Todd? Thanks for coming in, sir. So you got a lot of these people. Um, a lot of these people that have started their business, they've come up through YouTube. Squirrels magnet fishing outdoors. What's going on, Squirrel? Um, but you get a lot of these people that have come up with ideas and they've started businesses. And what they're doing is they're selling products that they've hit up a manufacturer, told them what they want, and they put their name on it. This is a product that the manufacturer already makes. I've seen it so many times already just in the catfishing community. There are a lot of these people that are starting businesses, selling tackle, selling all this stuff that there's nothing different about what they're selling over, you know, what they're selling is stuff that's already made. It's just rebranded. That's like all this stuff you buy on Amazon or Wish or Temu. Okay, get out of there. It's rebranded stuff. Nobody's doing anything different. Well, I got a new rod. Well, you know what? Your new rod is no different than other people's. You might be changing the eyelets, you might be changing the color, you might be putting a different name on it, but these things are already made. It's just, but with the things I'm coming up with, there are numerous things that are not made, and I'm trying to. I haven't completed a rod holder that I started making because, yeah, it's my handmade piece. It's it's my idea, but at the same time, it kind of ends up mixes a bit of things that are already out there. So it's like, why am I still working on pushing this in my own head? What's going on, Stephen Parsons? Thanks for coming in, sir. Is the name I wanted to be under. All right, Misplaced. That's a good name to be under. Misplaced Country Girl Fishing. If that's you, then stay with it. Eugene Brooks, what's going on? Oh yeah, Eugene, like the rebranded spook fishing lure. Yeah, all that is, people. Everybody's coming out, and I'm taking nothing away from people being able to get their name out there and get stuff out there. They got their name out there as who they are, and then all of a sudden they start a business and put their name on it, and people are going to buy stuff. People definitely aren't coming to me for my fishing because I don't have one of those channels where I got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers following me just for my fishing. I think the people that follow me are people just that follow me because of who I am. They like my artwork whenever I'm able to produce something, make something. They like my personality, the fact that I'll sit and talk to everybody and be try to make everybody part of my family and just part of my life. Because we know I don't catch enough fish to be a fishing channel. That's why fishing is not in my channel name. I still got a lot to learn. I don't know much when it comes to fishing. I'm still trying to learn. Exploding Ginger, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. We're up to 23 people. Hey, there's the pooch right there. There's awesome guy. Um, we got a lot of wonderful people in here. Tim, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just, I try to be me. I've got a lot of likes, a lot of things that that I enjoy, a lot of things that I just try to do in my life. And, my YouTube channel hasn't worked out the way I planned. And Martin, man, I appreciate that. That's awesome. A lot of things haven't worked out the way I wanted to. I thought years ago, I was like, I make beautiful artwork, beautiful metal art. I want to be able to make videos on how I make it. I want those 100, 200,000, 300,000 views on my video, people watching it and saying, man, you're freaking awesome. You make beautiful stuff. Um, but I've been lazy and haven't found a editing software to actually sit down and start learning to even edit video. So it comes down to I make a piece and then I make a reveal video, just kind of revealing it, and that doesn't help me out any. People need to be able to see my abilities, not just in the finished product. They need to see my abilities while I make it. Um, you know, I enjoy getting out fishing. It's fun. I made a lot of friends through the fishing community. It's made a big difference in my life. And I will say, let's see. Pooch says, "I'm grateful we can see and communicate now." Yes, sir, Pooch. So am I. It's awesome. I'm glad we're able to see each other. Me and Pooch, we went a while without being able to speak to each other in chats. Um, he might comment on a video that I posted, but then when it come up, it would say error, like some kind of an error would come up, and I wouldn't be able to give it a heart. I wouldn't be able to give it a thumbs up, a like. I wouldn't be able to respond to any comments. So we were kind of left out in the cold on each other on that. Uh, so that kind of made it tough. But yep, it finally came and finally got cleared up. Me and Pooch are back in the light on each other. It's rough working in the heat. Just mowed the lawn and weed whacked. You're trying to cool down, so working with welding and heating up steel would be like, yeah, Eugene, it sucks. And yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, I know, Martin. There's a lot of good free editing sites. I just haven't stepped up, and I got a lot of memory issues on my phone. A lot of I gotta regularly clear memory off my phone to have the ability to even do things, because like I can't even send a picture through my Gmail because I'll have so much memory taken up. Maybe do some shorts that build up to the reveal. Yeah, and I've thought about that too, Miss Blade. Like I need to start out basic, just being able to just work on splicing some things together, and then work on all the good stuff. Yeah, we had to communicate through others in the chat. Yes, sir, we did. Um, Man, we've been going for roughly 59 minutes. Got 22 people in here. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. If you're chatting, if you're just listening, um, if you're just listening and not chatting, and hopefully some things I've said. Oh yeah, get a bigger. Yeah, the problem is misplaced. I have a 256 gigabyte memory card in my phone, but it comes down to internal memory on the phone that keeps being the issue. It's not the memory card; it's the actual internal memory. And I got to constantly keep going in, bringing up all my apps, clearing the cache, doing all kind of stuff. Yep, Eugene wants a little shop for working on his vehicles, but can't get the money for it. Yeah, there's a place about 2.5, 3 miles from me that they opened up where I can open up business. I can rent these shops, but their minimum price on their shops is $895 a month. I don't have $895 a month. There's a lot of these channels that people throw money at them just for going out and doing things. People throw $100, $50, whatever. All right, Joy, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. All right, Joy. I can always shoot you an email too. But you got a lot of people that it seems like people want to throw money at the channels once they hit 1,000 subscribers. But then you get the channels that go out and bust their ass. They do things. They don't get up there, and nobody helps them. Nobody throws money at them. Nobody throws free products at them. But yet you get all these other channels that they get free product after free product after free product, and then they want to say that they're sponsored just because they get a free product. What's up, Gene? Thanks for coming in, sir. How you doing? Hope you're well. Um, and that's kind of been part of why I haven't been live streaming so much. Is it's just, I don't go out and catch fish religiously all the time. I can't just sit there and pump out piece of artwork after piece of artwork because I don't have a great place to work. I'm sitting there working in a driveway outside of the shop. I've got to shut the shop door every time I go to grinding or cutting so as to not throw sparks on motorcycles or anything else. What's up, Jesse, Outdoors Addiction? Thanks for coming in. I have so many days, like we've got my brother's spare car here, and I helped my dad last weekend push it up in the drive in front of the shop and helped him work on it. And it sat there all through the week. Or actually, I helped him one day after work. But it was sitting on the curtain in front of the shop. I couldn't get out there and work. I have just so many nights my mind is boggled with things that I just want to get out and go out to the shop and work on things, but I can't because I don't have the ability to. It's not my shop. I can't put everything where I want it. I can't do things. So yes, I constantly every day think about making things, getting out and working, but I can't. I don't have my own shop, and that's what kills me. I don't have some equipment I could really use to be able to get some stuff done and take things off of the time that it takes me to make things. I could cut a lot of time down on making things if I had the proper equipment, but I don't. I buy a lot of stuff at these estate sales, and I watch these sales, and there's been times that I make things when I don't have the money, or I buy things when I don't have the money, but I'm buying them in hopes that they're going to help me. Um, for example, for example, the last piece, the piece that I made for Kevin for Palmetto Cats, the ultimate Golden Whisker Award. The one piece of wood that I bought to make the base of that, the one piece of wood was a 1x9, which is 1 inch thick by 9 inches wide, and it was 9 foot long. I had to buy the whole board. It cost me $130. I wasn't working, but I spent money I didn't have because I wanted. First of all, somebody hit me up and said, "Hey, I'll help you out financially on this thing. When it finally came up and I hit them up, they ignored emails and then finally was like, oh, I can't help you because of this and this. So I had to make that piece on my own. I had to buy extra steel to be able to make the fish. I had to buy the bits for my Dremel. I had to buy all the stain, or I had to buy everything, sandpaper, everything. So I had, between expenses just on making that piece, between buying things to make that piece and fuel to go get the things, I had over $300 just making that piece, not counting the 50 plus hours that it took me to make that piece. Just cutting that fish out alone and grinding every single line in it, which was 155 single line. I had to grind every line in there about 3 times to make sure it was deep enough once I cleaned it all off. The paint, everything. And then the money it cost me for the extra steel, the other steel that I needed to make the base. So you figure 300 in actual financial expenses plus 50 plus hours. If I sold that piece, I could be asking $800 to $1,000 for that piece, and there's probably people that would pay it, if not pay more. And that was a piece that I made out of the kindness of my heart and gave away. It cost me $187 to ship it because I got it done just a couple days before CatCon. And it cost me $187 in shipping to ship it 2 days so it would get to CatCon in time for Kevin to be presented it. And then all in my design, I screwed up, thinking that only epoxy would hold it together, and it showed up broken back into 2 pieces. The epoxy didn't hold. Misplaced, Martin. That was an exotic wood. That was zebra wood. That was not maple. It wasn't oak. That was zebra wood. Hey, Ted, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for coming in. That was zebra wood. Like I said, it cost $130 for a 9-foot piece of 1x9. At 17 something a board foot, I had to buy the whole board. I could have gone to another place just to buy cutoffs, just to buy short pieces, but I didn't know how much I would need to be able to make that base. So yeah. No, not 800 to ship, 187 to ship. So it's disheartening to me when I do these things for people. I offer these pieces, I make things, and I don't ask for anything. But yet you got these channels that do these giveaways, and you got people throwing hundreds of dollars at them to cover shipping, to help with shipping. But I didn't do some channel-wide giveaway. I made a piece out of the kindness of my heart. And, what comes of it? I thought, hey, maybe people are going to see this and want me to be able to make things for them. Now, I know Ted has been there wanting me to make a piece for him for his channel. I do plan on making a piece for Ted at some point. I've got to be able to get to where I can do things. I've got to make a piece for Elgato. I've got to make, Mike's Fishing Home wants me to make a piece for him. Numerous people do. And some people have offered to pay for things, but, it's disheartening to put so much of my heart my time, my effort, my own money into making a gift for somebody, and then watch people doing nothing but sitting on a bank fishing, sitting on a boat fishing, getting hundreds of dollars thrown at them, not giving anybody anything, not doing anything for anybody, just sitting there. But they get hundreds of dollars thrown at them. But you got somebody like me who gives away a piece that is probably $1,000 piece, and it didn't bring business my way. It didn't do anything. So I didn't do it with expectations, maybe hopes that maybe that might get my name out there. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I've watched Kevin's lives, and even after he texted me and told me he got it fixed and put back together, I haven't seen that piece displayed on a single live. And I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm, speaking real, but when somebody makes you a piece like that, and only one community post saying, "Hey guys, look at what somebody made," and sent to me. Least you could do is highlight it, expose it, show it on a live stream, show it when you've got 100 or more people on your live stream. Say, "Hey, this is the person. Look at this piece. Look at what somebody made for me." But so things like that have really been discouraging. Chris from Hooks and Hammocks, he has shown the piece that I made for him a couple times. That is a $300 or $400 piece that I made for him that I sent. I paid for shipping. I've paid for shipping on everything that I've made. I've paid for all materials. I paid for everything out of everything that I've made that I've sent to anybody. Fishing Magician, there's Mark, and he, oh my God, Mark is one of those people that's probably sitting there saying, "This son of a bitch has been telling me for over 2 years that he's making me something, and I ain't seen hide nor hair of it." But Mark, I got to tell you, that thing is, it's been sitting for like 2 years, and it's intimidating because I'm polishing most of it, and the final welding is going to cause me a lot of issues. But Mark, you've got an amazing piece coming to you that I can't wait until you get it, because I know Mark, Fishing Magician 2.0, this kid, this guy, this man, he served our country. He has been one that cares about his subscribers. He goes out there and he does things. And he's an awesome guy. I hope one day to be able to hang out with him. And I can't wait to be able to finish this piece, because everything's made. It just comes down to all the final work, the final welding up, the cleanup, which is going to be a lot, because I'm going to have to do a lot of repolishing, a lot of cleanup to make things better, or to get it complete, get it as perfect as possible. John Parker showed up. John, I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry I didn't say hi already. I'm trying to catch up on chat. I've just kind of been talking. So I'm going to try to catch up. I've been using maple slab for stepping. That's awesome. That'd be cool if somehow maybe you could like do a rapid, what's the word? Like when wood petrified. Maybe find some kind of way. I don't know if there's a process to like rapid petrify things, wood, but that would be cool. I made it to 1,000, but I'm waiting on things to slow down. Then I'll do my 1,000 giveaway. That's awesome, Ernie. You've got 1,000, buddy. I'm sitting at I actually I lost a subscriber from the point in time that I scheduled this live, so I'm sitting at 844. Let's see. Brenda says it's always good to give away, but not something that costs you so much. You can't sacrifice your living for giveaway. Yeah. Uh, take time. I understand shipping's crazy, and I know about spending money to give away. I wonder the same thing. Yeah. That hook was a dinner hook. Oh, misplaced is giving credit to John Parker. John Parker does awesome computer work with Canva, making logos for everybody. Thank you, Martin. Man, that's awesome. I'm glad you got to see it in person. It's a shame that piece fell apart. Man, when Hervé texted me and said it's broken, it's damaged, my heart sunk. I was walking around Walmart and man, my heart sunk. It killed me. Some people went to TikTok. Yeah, Jesse, they did. They follow the money at TikTok. If I ever get 100 in my life, I can say I hit the lotto. Yeah, Bernie. Yeah, Mark. Definitely, man. That piece will be coming to you. Got I've got to get on it. Made me think as a creator if I could do something like that, which would be out of my box. Pooch says I try to display everything somebody makes and sends me. I'm greatly appreciative when somebody takes their time to spend their time and expense of making and sending it to me. Yep, I hear you, Mark. I'll make my way to Arizona one of these days for sure. My piece gave you inspiration to drive. Thank you, Misplaced. That piece actually, that was only the second piece I ever used wood in 1979. What's going on, sir? Thank you for coming in. But yeah, Misplaced. That I thought outside the box, and it took me. I've never worked with plexiglass. I've never done backlighting. I've never done anything like that. Um, but I had the idea, and it came out freaking amazing. The lighting didn't work out as well as I thought. The animal Pooch is sitting at 828. You guys check out Pooch, Full Blown Country. He's an awesome guy. There's Ricky, Solar Texan. I'm still waiting on some rod holders from you, Dan. Ricky, man, I'm doing all right. We're up to 27 people in here. I appreciate everybody being here. Giveaways are tough. I'd like to do them for people, but yeah, Ted. And Ted, you do your baits and you do them in kind of a bulk amount. And when you make something that I'm I'm not taking away from your ability to make them, but when you've got it down and it's easy and you can make them in large quantities in a short period of time, kind of makes it easy because you can give some away that can spread your name out. Um, so that kind of makes it easy. Um, I got to run into my church now. All right, Tish, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. Definitely appreciate you. Um, I don't even get 100 people. Hey, I've never. The only time I ever saw 50 people in a live stream was when it was a drama-induced live stream, and after that night, I put that live on private because that was just a bad deal. I was drunk and stupid. Place where we can see some of my creations. Full Blown Country. I do have pictures of pretty much everything I've ever made, and I plan on making like a slideshow video to kind of show you guys how my artwork has progressed and things that I made in the past. Yeah, Misplaced. I love working with wood too, but when you're not it's so much harder to put wood to put wood back together. when it comes to metal, if you make a mistake, you can weld it back together. You can add metal. You can do things like that. Have a good day, everyone. Have a blessed day, Fisherman says. Not worried about that stuff. I'm still waiting on having coffee with Dan. Yeah, Ernie, I'm going to make my way up to Ohio one of these days. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff I made back in the day when I first got started. I had to take a 10-year hiatus because I didn't have equipment. I didn't have a welder. I didn't have a place to do things. So I had, yeah, it took until all the bad things in my life happened. And me to find YouTube to get inspiration back. And I'm honest. I mean that from the bottom of my heart that the catfishing community brought my inspiration, my creative juices back to getting back to my artwork. A lot of you guys know my backstory from before I started. Um, but if you don't, yes, it still costs money. I've I've got probably over $1,000 in giveaways this year. I keep all my receipts for taxes. Maybe, yeah, Ted. I know, man. Ted's awesome. Ted makes awesome soft baits. If you guys are interested, hit up Ted. They're at Off the Hook Outdoors. He makes his own soft baits. He makes awesome. If you have any color requests, he will make them. He will try to make it happen how you want them. Ted is just an awesome all around guy. Does a lot of fishing with friends that come visit and his own kids. Let's see, making good pieces. You having a good personality. Watch you, man. 1979. I appreciate that. That means the world to me. I try to be a good guy. Um, I bring who I am to my YouTube channel. I don't put on any fake persona. I'm not an actor. I'm not like I said, a lot of things I might be more lively. Like I said earlier in the stream with my dental issues and the fact that I've got to hide my smile, got to hide my teeth. I might be a lot more lively if I had a nice smile. If I could show off all the happiness that I really have inside, despite all the bad things that have happened in my life. I do have a lot of happiness. I'm a social butterfly. I go to concerts by myself. I, I'm not afraid to get in the mix in the middle of the crowd. I go to concerts. The bigger the better. I go out there and I mix it up with people. I meet new people. I don't care. Um, I really wish I could be one of those entertaining people but there's part of me that can't escape because of the issues that I have, and that really it sucks. It hurts me inside. It really does. It hurts inside knowing that there's a lot more of me that I love to show people, but you know, who wants to look at somebody with who wants to look at somebody that has issues when they open their mouth that you're gonna look at them and be like, look at that fucking crackhead. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but you know, see meth heads and see all that stuff. Kind of makes you feel like people are just gonna. I've never touched drugs. I smoked weed when I was younger, back in high school, but never touched drugs. I've just had bad luck with my dental issues. I gave up my smile when I got my teeth knocked out when a big drill kicked back. Live with it. Happy to smile. I know, Martin, but yeah, it's just it's hard. My ex was actually looking into going to Mexico because there are Mexico cities, border cities that have a ton of, like, there's one city she read about. She was researching for me, and she found an article from some people that went over there. Hey, there's Earl. What's going on, Earl? But this one border town in South Texas, Mexico, said they had over 300 dentists and oral surgeons alone. That's not counting all the other medical professions, all the other medical people in in that city. But for somebody that might need to spend $40,000, he might be able to get all that work done. 40,000 in America. You go to Mexico, and the majority of these people are trained in America. You might be able to get that same work done for $5,000 over there. And it's a trip. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of investigation, research, looking things up. So, you know, even with insurance, if it's $40,000 worth of work, I might still end up paying 25, 30. There's no telling. So if I could find somebody trustworthy, somebody that does great work in Mexico, and I only spend $5,000 to get it all done, have a smile that makes me happy again, you know, who knows? I might be single because of all of it. I can't walk up to an attractive woman because I have that confidence issue, because I can just smile at them and be like, "How you doing?" Ted, thanks for coming in, brother. Thanks for all the kind words you said and everything. I appreciate it. Earl says, I'm thinking about going to Mexico. I have a cousin that takes people she shows down to a dentist. Hey, that's awesome, man. I'd love to be able to find somebody and just do a partial, and until you can get the rest of it done, you'll feel, yeah, I'm sure I will, Brenda. It's just a lot. It's taxing. And over the last several years, I've been just kind of on a self-destructive way that really sucks. What's the matter, baby? You got Kate over here. Kate's like, can we go in? I'm tired of sitting outside. But Kate has had the issue. Here, you want to talk? You got my hookup. Yes, sir, Ted. I got your number, buddy. No, Brenda, I'm not Indian. I'm Polish and Irish. No, we're not going in, Kate. Kate, the German Shepherd here, cannot be trusted to go inside and spend time by herself, because she continues to pick the same spot in the living room floor to poop. So, got to keep cleaning that up. Luckily, we got a carpet cleaner, and got to keep that up. But can't trust her to be inside by herself. So she spends a lot of time outdoors now, which sucks, because she's always been an indoor baby, an indoor outdoor girl. Hey, baby. Hey, come here. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Look up here. Look up. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, she's our beautiful baby. But, you know, I've been going for an hour and 28 minutes, and I appreciate everybody. We still got 17 people in here. It's been great. It's been a great hangout. I can, now that everybody's kind of sat here and listened to my, listen to everything. My can is, I don't know what your can is. It's an indoor and garden, baby. Your cat, okay. Yeah, our cat used to be indoors too, but let's see. Been going for an hour and a half. You guys just listen to me ramble. I'll post the link. And if anybody wants to come up and kind of share their thoughts, we can go with it. I'm glad you caught me too, Pooch. Hang in there. I'm always here. Yes, sir, John. I appreciate it. So much weighing me down mentally, emotionally, and it's tough. So for you guys who weren't here, sometimes it's good to get your things off your chest. Yeah, it is. For you guys that weren't here early on, I'll kind of recap. Hey, there's Curtis, Quiet Man Curtis. What's going on, Curtis? Glad you guys had a great day out with Roger on Eric's birthday. Just kind of recap. Last week, had a family member have a little bit of legal issue. An hour later, Dad got a phone call that my uncle had a heart attack on the softball field. Had to go in directly for surgery. Had 3 stents put in on the right side, and then in September, he's got to have a bypass on his left side. Um, then Kenneth, Kenneth Powell, ended up in the hospital. Had a major stroke. He's still in the hospital week and a half later. Still fighting to come back around to us. Hopefully, all the prayers everybody's giving him will bring him. Hopefully, everything he'll come back around. Hoglegs update. If you don't know, Hogleg tries to make a community post update on Kenneth. So check out Hogleg Fishing or Catfishing or whatever it is. I think it's Hogleg Fishing. Check out his channel. He does post updates on Kenneth's progress on how things are going. Seems like things are going a little more positive. But Kenneth, me and him haven't been real close, but we've been close enough that, me and him are buds. He's good people. And then earlier this week, another uncle of mine ended up in the hospital on a ventilator due to pneumonia. He previously had a stroke 20 years ago or so. They checked to see if he had another stroke. Sherman, there's Josh. What's going on, Sherman's family farm? Right there. Josh is an awesome guy, lives down in South Oklahoma. But uncle ended up in the hospital on a ventilator. They got him off. They did scans. He did not have a stroke. And as of a text that my dad sent me earlier today, he is going to be released from the hospital at some point in time today. So he's coming back around. And then Thursday, a woman ran a red light. My dad T-boned her, totaled his truck. He's okay. His chest and shoulder are hurting him. Hopefully that's not major because he's going on about like a 3,700 mile motorcycle ride starting later next week. So like I said, that's kind of a recap for you guys who haven't been here. Josh, you just got here. I don't know how long you've been here, but you can scroll back just a couple minutes, kind of hear everything that's been happening. So, big shot in the foot been going on with me here lately. So just a lot of things weighing me down, a lot of issues. On top of it, some dental issues or some bigger dental issues are popping up and making it harder. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for being here. We still got 23 people. Like I said, with the dental thing, I look at myself in the camera and I'm just like, maybe people don't, I got people I sit and talk to. I sit and talk to a whole group of people. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everybody's like, yeah, we're done talking to them. We're done listening. And somebody jumps up and somebody else talks. And everybody just turns their attention to them. So maybe they just don't like looking at me talk. I don't like looking at me talk. I don't like listening to me talk, everything. So it's tough. Yep. KP is a great person. Hope and pray everything turns out well for him. Yes, sir, Rick, Jesse. Definitely. Yeah, Sherman, Josh, things are tough. I'm still making it. I get up, I go to work every day. I'll send you my details if you ever want to talk. And thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. Hard to see when there's so much bad, but there's always, yeah. I try to keep all this negativity from bringing me down. It's hard. A lot of bad things happening, but fishing helps. Brenda, a lot of people will always talk. I'll kind of switch lanes here real quick. A lot of people talk about, it's relaxing. It's helpful for me to get out there and go fishing and just clear my mind. But I'll tell you what, when I'm fishing, especially when I'm catfishing, there's so much time because I'm not one of those that's constantly reeling in fish, having a good time, having fun. I'm sitting there waiting, hoping for a bite. have so much time when I'm out there that all I can do is think. I can't clear my mind. Every single thought of everything comes to my mind. You know, I think back to before mom died in 2020. I think back to before my grandma died 2 weeks after her. And I think back to everything I did before and what led up to me and my son's mom splitting up. I think about everything that happens on a daily basis. Think about the lack of friends that actually text, call, email, anything. Sure, I talk to plenty of you in chat on a daily basis, but that's just, that's because you're there. You're there in the chat to talk to. Um, I've burned some bridges. I've hurt some people's feelings. I've upset some people. But you know, it's hard to deal with. I go when I go to the bar. If I go to the bar to hang out, I go just to get out and be around people, and I try to meet people when I can. So it's tough. Put my catfish, put off my catfishing, take a sketch pad. I cannot draw misplaced. I can't draw. Everything I make comes out of my mental, comes out of my memory, out of my mind. Catfish and Katie Collins drew that catfish for me that I made for Kevin. That's in my videos. Now I do cut that fish out of that drawing. She was nice enough to draw that for me, and it meant the world. But everything else I've ever made it all comes out of my mind, mental measurements, mental everything. Um, so you don't always catch. Yeah, Martin, I appreciate that. I try to always be good with conversation, keep up the chat. And I see Sandy Toes is in here. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. You know, yeah, I can't draw. It's just relax and listen to the water hitting, share and watch sunrise, sunset, clear your mind. Yeah, it's hard to do because I got so much free time to just sit and constantly think of how I'm going to make things, how things are going to measure out, how I'm going to try to make something when I don't have the equipment or the tools to do it, but how I'm going to make it happen. Find yourself a heavy heart, no ear to hear. Troubles, give me a call. All right, Josh, I appreciate that. And I know you're serious. You've been there. You have to be more forgiving on yourself. Yeah. Well, Sandy, when it feels like all you do is screw up, it's kind of hard to do. Like free writing just meant to get, yeah. So, yeah, it's tough. It's a lot going on. Back up to 23 awesome people. Josh, I need to come down your way sometime. Josh just lives about 2 hours from me, maybe a little bit less. Actually, yeah, it's about 2 hours from me. Since I moved further away from more, another half hour away. It takes about 2 hours to get down there. But Josh told me recently he lives near a badass barbecue place that I've eaten at before. So I know where that area is. Misplaced, I definitely appreciate it. Uh, I can get a pen real quick. All right, Josh, I've got a pen and paper. You know, though I watch you do wonderful things all the time. I hear you're hurting and under pressure, but you do amazing things. And Sandy, I try. I try to do as much as I can to try to. I can't financially help anybody, but you know what? I've got a lot of metal, a lot of materials around here, and you know I use them. Try to help people. Try to make things. Thanks, Josh. I got it. You want to retract that? That's up to you, but I appreciate it. Holler up when you go down. I'll come up and join you. Dude, Pooch, that'd be awesome. Your garden helps with, yeah, we got a garden out here, right out. Oh, if you look here, right out here over my shoulder, we got a raised bed garden with a lot of different things, a lot of peppers, tomatoes, zucchini, cucumber, all kinds of things. But it's got to be a soil issue. Things have not taken off the way they really should. It's on the internet, so it's no secret. There's Dale Hayslip still in here. Earl, I didn't know is your wife under the weather, Earl? I didn't know what was going on. I did not know your wife was having some issues. When did I build the beds? My dad did that quite some time ago. Probably a little bit later in the season than should have. Um, I think it's a soil issue because we got other friends, other people around that have built raised bed gardens, and their stuff is going wild. Um, I got tomatoes that I got from Jen and Wiley from Altruistic Farmstead, I think it is. They live about 40 minutes from me, something like that. I got some crazy different tomatoes, and only one of them has started producing yet, and that's probably a soil issue. Um, I don't know. Haven't had the best of luck. Hopefully, maybe next year, maybe do something good. We used to have amazing gardens growing up because right out there past that little shed, if you see that tree, basically in that area between the shed and the tree, that's where our lateral lines run for our septic. We had amazing garden growing up there year after year. I'm talking that were zucchinis that were 14, 16 inches long, 2, 3, 4 inches in diameter. I'm talking big zucchini, awesome tomatoes, onions, everything. But Dad hasn't wanted to plant in the ground and worry about pulling weeds and all that stuff. Um, so hopefully, maybe next year. I mean, hopefully, eventually, at some point in time, I get back on a financial level where I can move out, get back to my own place, and maybe have a shop of my own, something. Until then, I'm still living with my dad. He's let me have a place to stay. Yeah, Sandy, they are definitely big zucchini. And my dad just fried one up the other day that a friend gave to him that at the thickest part was big enough you could use the fried slices to be hamburger buns if you wanted to go that route, which would have been really cool. Hey, there's CVA. What's going on, buddy? Steven, how are you doing? And I see your late night lives. A lot of times, some people are live and I'll kind of lurk it late at night because I'm laying in bed just trying to go to sleep, which that never happens. I play my Sudoku game on my phone and listen and see what all's going on. And what's up with the new trend of everybody doing this? I'm going to turn my camera on or off, and I'm just going to sit behind the camera and talk to everybody. That's like the new trend. It's like there's all kinds of lives where nobody wants to let people know who they are. They want to put up a picture and they want to talk, but they don't want to show their face. They don't want to show who they are, what they. You know, if you're afraid, if you don't like your surroundings, move your camera somewhere else. If you're embarrassed about it, whatever. But when you go into a live and you got 3, 4, 6, 8 people on camera on panel, and there's not a single camera up seeing a single person's face, yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't watch them ones. Yep. Yeah, we got starting to get a little sprinkle. Oh, Earl, you're always on panel. Call a bunch of crap on that. I've been seeing a lot of that too. Yep, that it seems like it's a new trend. Nobody wants to put their face on camera. I'm not. You do what you want to do, but I mean, where's the entertainment in sitting behind and sitting there watching or being part of a live where nobody's live? They're just sitting there talking behind. Well, yeah, Brenda, I understand that. But you know what, Brenda? Nobody's going to get in trouble for somebody smoking. That's not a rule against YouTube. I'm sitting here drinking a beer. Of course, I opened this before I ever started, almost 2 hours ago, and I'm still drinking the same one beer. Oh, whatever, Jenna. You're not goofy looking. Actually, I don't know if you're goofy looking, but I'm sure you're not. But it's people that it is now. Since when? And I know a lot of people with a lot of misplaced thoughts, or they they go up and what's the word I'm trying to think of? They speculate. They hear something and they speculate, and it's all here. A lot of it's hearsay. So there's a lot of hearsay things. Mike's fishing home. He smokes on his lives. He still gets his pay. Speaking of Mike's fishing home, where is that goofy fool? He's probably working busy. Please don't teach misplaced country girl how to use a welder. Nah, I'll see what I can do, Martin. I'll try to not. I will not put out. I'm not a teacher when it comes to welding. I've still got a lot to learn. I'm just able to make it work and make it happen. I know what I'm doing on a lot of it. I do know what I'm doing, but pooch dip snuff. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of hearsay, a lot of stuff of, oh my God, they're going to do this. Well, a lot of people just they hear something. They don't actually go to the source and understand. They don't know what's being said. What's the worst that can happen, Martin? Man, we still got 25 people in here. It is 5:49 Central Time in the afternoon, early evening, I should say. Still got 26. We got a great crowd in here. I appreciate everybody being up. I can't. I've seen crazy lives having a drink is the least of problem. Oh yeah, CBA. I get that. Oh yeah. And you got a lot of people going, doing lives and saying things about how much they love people, this and that, but yet on the same hand, they go into other lives and talk crap about some of the same people that they say they love. It's a revolving circle. It's kind of. I had drama in my past YouTube time, and I've tried to not do that. YouTube smoking rule was posted this month on YouTube. Interesting. Man, Dan, hopefully everything gets situated and gets on the up. Man, thanks, Tony. Thanks, Jeremy. I really appreciate that. Man, I hope I can make my way out there to South Carolina and go fishing with you sometime, buddy. Jeremy, I've been with Jeremy since this guy started. You guys check out Jeremy JTC. He's got a new baby, which the baby's now months old. But before he had that new baby, Jeremy was doing a lot of lives, catching big fish. This guy still goes out and does tournament fishing. He doesn't go live all that much, but man, Jeremy's an awesome guy. I remember, and I like to think so. If you guys have ever seen the movie Talladega Nights. Jeremy's gonna laugh, but if you guys have ever seen Talladega Nights, where at the beginning when Ricky Bobby starts winning races and he's getting interviewed, and his hands are like he's like, I don't know what to do with my hand. That is how I saw Jeremy. That was Jeremy. That was Jeremy's tournament cat. He was one of those kind of like he just go live and he was kind of shy. He didn't know what to do and everything. Um, and I laugh because I feel like yeah, I feel like he was the Ricky Bobby of the YouTube fishing. He didn't know what to do with his hands or anything. But Jeremy came in. He finally started getting some, getting exposure and getting comfortable with it and doing his thing and having fun. Yeah, Ricky Bobby's for damn sure. So yeah, Jeremy, man, he once he let's see, he said when my wife gets on day shot again, I'll be going live. All right, cool, yep. But Jeremy, man, he's he's awesome. He catches amazing fish. His brother and sister-in-law, they were going live for a while, and I guess they recently had another baby. So, maybe once the baby gets a little bit older, he'll get back to going live, and everything will be getting going better. But Jeremy definitely he puts on a clinic when it comes to some big fish. Like everybody, not everybody catches big fish, but Jeremy, when he does, he's catching good fish, and he'll let you know about it. Mr. Duggar in the house. There's the Mr. Duggar. I have a ton of cooking burns. It's part of learning how to be amazing at it. Well, you guys, I don't know if you guys know or remember, but when I made that piece for Hooks and Hammocks, when I made his logo into a real life piece of metal artwork, um, the first hook that I made, I'm holding it in my hand after I just gotten done doing some shaping on it, and it flipped back onto my forearm. So I had about a 4-inch burn with that thing hitting my arm at probably about 900 degrees. And it didn't go third degree, but man, it was second degree and it hurt. His 12-pound flathead turned out to be like 60 something pounds. Yep. I remember that one, CVA. But yeah, no, I know what it's like to have those scars. What's this smoking thing in YouTube? I don't know, Jeremy. You know, and I'm the same on camera and off. Well, I'm a little more extra off camera, but YouTube will ban my ass if I get wild out there. We're all different off camera. If you guys have been with me since the start, you know that I'm not afraid to put out an F bomb or say shit or whatever else. I'm not afraid, but I had to start looking at my channel and how I wanted to direct my channel. And I didn't want to be one of those all out balls to the wall, anything goes channels. I wanted, because those channels do get their subscribers. They get that type of person that enjoys that type of live stream. But at the same time, that's not how I want my channel going. I want to be able to get my artwork out there. I want to be able to have my son out there with me, having fun. And speak of the devil, here's Dominic right now. Hey, Bubba, what's going on? Dominic's home from his friends. Yeah. Well, somebody texted me, but I don't know who it is. I'll have to look up the zip code. But yeah, Dominic's home. I was at Walmart when I got my haircut, so I go to a girl that works at Smart Style in a Walmart. I've been going to her for years. Just lucked out that she's a girl that does pretty good with my hair, and I like it, and she's a good friend. But so I was walking around Walmart looking at the at the clearance aisle like I always do, and I happened to find basically kind of like a Nerf gun, a airsoft, whatever face mask. It was on clearance for $5, and it's too big for Dom, but I knew he'd love it, so I bought it for him, and he is wearing it. He loves it. So Daddy's doing a live stream. Hey, keep your mask on. You want to show everybody your mask? Everybody, here's Dom.
Hello.
You can go ahead and take it off when you're ready, but there's a little guy. He needs a haircut too, but he says he doesn't want it cut. But, yep, he's been down with his little bestie down at the end of the road in the next neighborhood that we have access to.
Yeah.
And he's been playing with her. They're at the same age, and she's an awesome little girl with an awesome family. He's got just a great friend. They play. Dom, that mask was awesome, everybody's saying. But they play. She is his bestie. They're great friends. Oh, Brenda, your husband was a fireman. I've still got videos to post of Dom in his fireman costume. Everybody's saying, hi, Dom.
Hello.
Can you guys believe, if you look back some of my old live streams, how little he was when he first got on live stream when I first started this? And, he was so little and just, he's still fun. But now he's got a lot more character to him. Jeremy Runnerfish said, your fish are too small.
I am your father. What? I had to.
See, Sandy's son put too much charcoal in the grill. Oh, misplaced. Your son put too much charcoal in. You opened the lid and got burnt. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Ow.
Yep. Dom had an experience when he was about 18 months old, and me and his mom, I guess, were having a date night out, and he was here with my parents, and Dad was grilling, and Dom walked up on the back side of the grill and put his hand up on it, and it burned his hand right here.
It was not fun.
And at his wrist.
It was not fun.
And luckily, it was only second-degree burns. Dan and everyone in chat, have a great evening. Todd, thanks for coming in and hanging out. But super bad burn. Rent-A-Fish calls me for a fish. Hell yeah, Jeremy, I bet. Yeah, he got super bad burns. The doctors were worried about his mobility in his hand, being able to open it once it healed. But it healed up just fine. He's had perfect dexterity in his fingers and his hand. He has no scars from it, so that's awesome.
Yep. And I had stitching right here. I was at school, got cited for centers. I tripped on the chair, and my tooth girded up.
It went through your lip.
Went through my lip, and
yeah,
I was bleeding like crazy.
Yep, his tooth went through his lip. He knows, his daddy knows what that's like. But his tooth went through his lip, and he had to have some stitches.
And it was this canine. Well,
at least this little guy's got good teeth to show y'all.
This canine right here went up. It went up.
Went up and through your lip.
Uh-huh. That's how it happened.
That's how it happened. But yep, he had stitches, and he actually still had the stitches when we went fishing with Elgato and Jackson. He still had his stitches when he caught his PB of 34.5 pounds. Yeah. How big was that fish, Dom?
This long and this wide.
Oh yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
And Dom,
that sucker was huge.
Dom only weighed 50 pounds when he caught that fish. Martin SUK International. Martin lives over in England. He's a buddy of mine. He's a friend of mine. He lives in England. And he says, Dom is one awesome dude for sure. Let's see. Dale, his slip has to leave. Dale, thanks for coming to hang out. Daddy's friend Brenda says, that hurts. Full blown country. That's Pooch. He said, ouch. Sandy says, Dom sure is getting big. He'll be bigger than Dan before we know it. He might be, Sandy. Uh-oh, here comes the flexing. Here comes the muscles. Squeeze that fist and flex that muscle. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Martin says, Dom is growing up so fast. Yep, he's growing like a weed. Misplaced Country says, my oldest daughter had to have liquid stitches by her eyes. She ran into a parked car on her bike. Uh-oh.
Ouch.
Yeah, I bet that hurt. How old is Dom? He will be 7 at the end of October.
Uh-huh.
You're almost 7. You're still 6, but you're 6 3/4 now.
And they have run a shot all the way up here to my eye.
Yeah, they had to stick a needle up way up here to numb him. I know how that feels, Bubba.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pooch. He is a good-looking young man.
When it went here, I was screaming.
He was, I bet.
It hurted like crazy.
Oh, that's awesome, Misplaced. Dom wouldn't care if she was 5 or 8, 9, whatever. He'd be friends with her regardless. He doesn't care if it's boy or girl. He's friends with everybody. Oh. He needs a haircut, but he says he doesn't want it cut.
You already said that.
Yep, I already said that, but we need to get that mop off of his head. Either way, he's a handsome little guy.
And I do not want a mullet. If you get a mullet, no girls will like you.
No girls? Yeah. No mullets. No mullets. Oh, Martin's moving here next year. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Wait, is he gonna move next to us?
No, not next to us, Bubba. But he's gonna move from England to the United States. He's gonna come over to help live the American dream and figure out what that's like. What that's like.
Wait,
what that's like.
Does he talk
high and tight? Hey, there's Jason from the Vineyard Farmhouse. Or Brian. I'm sorry, Brian. Brian from the Vineyard Farmhouse. This man is he's a legend in his own in his community. He does awesome stuff. Don't chop the mop off, just tip him upside down and wash the kitchen floor. Sandy's saying we need to hang you upside down and wash the kitchen floor with your hair.
No! 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 I love my beloved hair!
We'll use your hair as a mop.
No!
Oh, your grandson and granddaughter are moving next year. Martin in a few years. Yeah, it seems to take a few years of planning to be able to move over. What's up, Bubba? He wants to go inside. Yes. Okay, guys. It's hot out here. It's not as hot as it was supposed to be. It says it's 91, but he wants to go in, cool off, take his boots off and his coveralls. As you guys can see, he's all camoed out.
Maybe watch some YouTube if my dad lets me.
He's camoed out. He likes to watch videos on YouTube. He likes to watch those guys from Unspeakable and who are the guys that make the cardboard stuff?
Papa Jake.
Papa Jake. He loves to watch Papa Jake. They make all the cardboard forts and everything else.
And cardboard box. Cardboard box boats.
Cardboard boats.
And planes.
Yep.
And submarines.
They make little homes and hometowns and everything. He likes to watch.
Even big mansions.
And he likes to watch the Outdoor Boys.
Yeah.
You guys know.
You know my survival skills.
He's got survival skills. He can do it. Yeah, he likes to watch all that stuff. He likes to watch Luke and the boys from Outdoor Boys. Sandy's got to run. She says, I have to run, but Dom, put geckos under Dad's pillow. Everyone else take care. She's trying to tell you to put lizards under my pillow.
I want to do it too. Papa.
All right, you got snot coming out of your nose. You need to go in and blow that. Get a Kleenex and blow the nose. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go turn the TV on to some cartoons for him, and I'll be right back.
I know how. Yo, G. I did get the Yogi.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Oh, and we still got 15 awesome people in here. There's Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse, still hanging out with us. Man, we got a good diverse crowd. We got people from the homesteading crowd. We got people from the fishing. We got, damn it, Jenna, from every community you can think of, gamers, beer drinkers. She hangs out in some fishing channels. She's part of a lot of stuff. Your regular BS lives. Man, we just dropped to 13, but that's all right. We got and have had a great stream here. A lot of guys.
Dad, I can't take my boots off.
Why can you not take the boots off? Did somebody tie them in a double knot? Oh, yeah. Well, all right. Remember, pull the tops, loosen up the laces. Yeah. I guess your boots came untied and Chandler's mommy tied them back in a double knot for you, so they wouldn't come untied.
And Chandler's dad isn't there.
Oh, that's all right. Chandler's mommy does a good job with you.
Yeah, she's very nice.
She is really nice, and she loves you to death.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, remember to pull your laces loose so you can get your boots off.
Uh-huh.
He loves boots.
Uh-huh.
He loves his work boots.
Way.
He loves his work boots. Anytime he's doing anything, loves his work boots. So I'll post the link again. Anybody wants to come up. It's been a while since I've had anybody up. I've been going for 2 hours now. Haven't had anybody on panel. Been doing this on my own, getting my thoughts out. But if anybody wants to come up, pop up, share your thoughts. You know, tell me what's going on. Tell us what's going on with your life, your channel, anything if you want to. Let's see. I shot some whales. Does that count? That's probably not, since I don't have a fishing pole. You shot. Okay. At least you shot whales picture wise. Come on, Jenny. You got to get right on it. You can't tell people you shoot whales.
I forgot what you said.
If you want to, go ahead. The joys of having a smart TV that's got YouTube on there and a kid that knows how to find what he wants to watch. Luckily, I keep an eye on him. He does not watch anything that's bad for him. He watches some Minecraft videos. He loves Minecraft. Even though he doesn't play it, he loves to watch people play it. Dan, a double knot sucks. I have trouble undoing them. I always alarm people when I say stuff like that. Yeah. And it, like I said, it seemed like I came on at the right time because there was nobody live, nobody was scheduled live. Had a good crowd. Danny Stone popped in. He's on his way out fishing with his, I believe, cousin Austin. Danny's going to be live here in, I think about it, 50 minutes. I think is when he's going live. Um, I know Danny's going to end up with 50, 60, 70 people in his live watching him. Danny's a good entertainer. He tells a lot of silly jokes. He, you know, eventually, hopefully, I'll be in that boat where I can openly just let myself be 100% free. Very slow on lives today for sure. Yeah, for a Saturday, definitely. And that's a good thing. That's nice. Yeah, if y'all can see out there at the shed, so that's a kind of my shed. I keep some things in, but there's some ice chests I got for free, or actually a couple ice chests I bought sales. I pretty much just use them for fishing, keeping bait in the smaller one. If I bring fish home, I'll put them in the bigger one. There's a grill out there I got after a neighbor's friend, who's a friend of ours too. After he died, I acquired that grill. It was barely used. He was an old man. He didn't really cook, but I acquired that grill. I took it fishing with me and Dominic and Elgato and Jackson at Texoma last year. Uh, Decent grill. It's just a cheap Walmart grill, but hey, it works. I'd come up, but but I'm sat in bed. A lot of people are doing the just before school shopping and family events. Yeah. I'm taking Dom to his cousin's birthday party, his cousin's 7th birthday party tomorrow. That an actual well in the city? Uh, no, Brenda, all that is a faucet. My dad plumbed a faucet out here, but we are on well water. Everything out here, and I don't live in the city. I live in the country of Choctaw. Like until the last 10, 15 years, Choctaw was still, I mean, it's still country. Like if I brought somebody from the city out here, they'd be amazed at the amount of trees. Um, where I live, it is definitely country. We've got horses. People have cows. There are people with cows in the neighborhood. There's people with goats and sheep in the neighborhood, chickens. Um, there's even a peacock. If you check my shorts, there's a short of a peacock that kind of runs around the south end of the neighborhood. And any chance I get, I'm taking pictures and videos of that peacock because it's not like locked up or anything. It just kind of free roams around. I have still not caught it with its tail fanned out. I know I'm waiting for that. I really want to see that peacock with its tail fanned out. But I believe it's the males that are colored and the females that are white. Um, but that one is definitely, it's beautiful. It's got all that iridescent colors to it. I live in the city, but we have tons of trees and green space. Yeah, I live about 20, depending on which way you go, 20 to 25 minutes east of Oklahoma City, like Maine, Oklahoma City. You've got Del City and Midwest City next to that, and then you've got Choctaw bordering Midwest City. But you can still be kind of country in Midwest City. Yeah, Brenda, I don't know why you go to Jones to buy blue and gold sausage because their sausage is so greasy and it sucks. Their bacon's pretty good. We used to do blue and gold sausage. Now, for you guys who don't know, blue and gold sausage is a place that they pretty much only sell their sausage and bacon for fundraisers. They are a place about 20 minutes up the road from me in the town of Jones. But we've had blue and gold, and like I said, they sell their stuff mostly for like fundraisers. You can, I believe, go there and buy their sausage and bacon. But their sausage is super greasy. It doesn't have much flavor. And I hate that because I would love to buy from a local place like that. Their bacon's awesome. They have just freaking thick cut bacon that's amazing. but their sausage just kind of sucks. I don't know why Brenda drives down here, but you know, when Brenda comes down here, she's only about 20 minutes away from me, so you know, she needs to get my number and let me know when she's coming down. We can meet up for lunch. Well, can't meet up if it's during the week. We can't meet up for lunch because I'll be at work and I only get 20 minutes for lunch. But if she stays, I get off work at 2:45. Um, if she stays around after that, we can meet up and have a drink or hang out, whatever. Hell, she can come to the house and we can just hang out and BS, whatever. If you want him to fan, threaten him. What? Oh, you talking about the peacock? Yeah, it didn't used to be as greasy, but like everyone else, more cutbacks added. But yeah, it just you don't. Now I do like some sausage. I do like sausage that has a little bit of fat to it because I like to cook my sausage and I like to be able to because a lot of times like I'll cook Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean is one of my favorite sausages to buy. The JC Potter is after that, but I love to buy the hot Jimmy Dean. Um, but the Jimmy Dean cooks down and has a decent amount of grease in it. When you cook it down, you sop up some of that, and then you can throw your eggs in there and you cook it all up together. And you've got that sausage grease, you got that sausage flavor in your eggs, and that's perfect. You can, while your sausage is cooking, you can throw onions, jalapenos, bell peppers, mushrooms, whatever you want in there. You can make breakfast burrito stuff. I grew up always eating my sausage and eggs and potatoes mixed together. Now, I will tell you, when I was a kid, it took everything to get me to eat just the cubed up fried potatoes in with the eggs and stuff. But I ate them. Um, now I eat the hell out of them. I don't care. But yeah, it's just that Jimmy Dean is perfect. The JC Potter doesn't have as much fat, so I tend to add. We keep bacon grease because bacon does cook down a lot of grease. Um, so I'll I'll pour into a glass bottle, keep it in the fridge. A lot of people, there have been people that says bacon grease will not go rancid, it will not go bad. Anything can go rancid if it's greasy, oily, whatever. It can go rancid. We keep it in the fridge, and eventually you got to turn it over. You got to get rid of it. You got to start back over. But bacon produces so much grease that you can fill a bottle in no time, and you can have good bacon grease to cook with. Um, Sausage does not produce a whole hell of a lot of grease. Like I said, the blue and gold is super greasy. It'll produce a hell of a lot, but their flavor is not there. The Jimmy Dean produces enough enough grease with their sausage that you can actually sop some up with a paper towel and leave a little bit to cook your eggs in, and you're good. Um, but the other brands, eh. Now I did cook my. I've got breakfast sausage from my deer that I killed last year. It's got fat mixed in it, but definitely not enough. I actually had to add a couple scoops of bacon grease when I cooked that deer sausage to be able to even just make it moist, and then to be able to add my eggs to it because it was tough. Deer meat, deer sausage is tough. Like when it cooked, it kind of almost ended up rubbery, so I had to add a good amount of bacon grease to it. Um, Martin, I want some. Will you bring me some? I've collected peacock quills for making floats. That'd be cool. Martin, hey, if you ever end up and you bring peacock quills, that'd be cool. I'll take one. I'll show it off. Say this came from Martin. Yeah, yeah, Brenda. Deer sausage is dry. The deer sausage I have, it is good. The processor I've been using for the last couple of years is down in Purcell. They're a great family business. Freaking awesome people to sit around and talk to. They will take their time out of their day. They got people working for them. He told me if I'm going to come down and learn from them as far as to learn how to process my own deer, they will let me come in and help them and teach me how. And I know I can watch videos on YouTube, I can do this and that, but I am a hands-on learner. I'm not a reading learner. I've got to watch. So being able to watch and be part of doing things. You show me how the first time, the second time, let me do it and show me how to do it, and then I start picking things up. You might need to actually be there and show me more things from time 3, 4, 5, 6, but within short work, I will learn, I will pick up on this thing. I'm very, very good with learning repetition. That's why they trust me at my job to put me as bay lead at 6, 7 months into my job. Because my trainer knows that I know my job. And, I'm learning the paperwork and stuff, but yeah. So I want to be able to process my own deer. I want to be able to process my own hog, because where we hunt, there are wild hog down there. And we do have, it's one of those things, it's farmland down there. Like half the property we hunt is farmland. There's hog everywhere. And I could have shot several of them this past year, but I didn't, because it was right around sunrise, and I was more worried about getting a deer than a hog. So I didn't take that shot. But I do plan on going back out there, and I probably sometime in October, probably before deer season starts, I'll probably try to get out there and go get some hog. But from what the processor told me, he said, it's pretty much kind of like processing a deer. Now how you got to kill them is a little bit different, but processing is basically about the same. You got them kind of about the same. So that won't be bad. Let's see. I hear wild hog meat is really good. Yeah, and what I've been told from the processor and other people that hunt hog, you don't want to keep a boar over 150 pound, and you don't want to keep a sow that's over 200, 250 pounds. And because after that, then their meat starts getting a little bit off. And I was told that if you shoot one, now they're all going to have a smell, but I was told if you shoot one and you go up on one and it just has a completely putrid smell, don't touch it. The meat is going to be bad. It's not going to be good. You're not going to want to do anything with it. But they said, yeah, once a boar gets a bit like over 150 and a sow gets over 250, you really don't want to keep them, because their meat starts kind of getting a little crappy. And if people don't know anything about wild hogs, they eat on a minimal amount. They're not fed grains and a lot of stuff like the hog that make our bacon and our sausage and everything. They're not highly fed. They don't have a lot of fat. So you really will not get any bacon off of a wild hog. Bacon consists of a lot of fat, and you won't get damn flies. You're not really going to get good enough belly meat, good enough meat with enough fat in there to really make bacon. So you're going to end up with pork roast, pork chops, pork ribs, stuff like that, which I'm fine with. Now I love the hell out of some pork chops. Whatever, pork roast. Mom used to make amazing roast. Let's see. Misplaced wants some quills if you bring some. Martin will have to have a suitcase just for what he's bringing home. Yeah, Misplaced. He's going to have more than that. I'm sure he was gifted a lot of stuff at CatCon this year, so I'm sure he needed more than a suitcase just to bring home what he was gifted. Process our own deer, but never did sausage because I don't have a machine. And Brenda, you don't have to have a machine. Hell, you can have a hand grinder. But then I have stuff going back with him. So, Miss Place is going to be sending stuff home with Martin. Yeah. The hogs up in the Deep Fork area have sucked. Yeah, it depends on what they're eating, but at the same time, like I said, hogs don't have the kind of, they don't eat as much. They don't have as much to eat as they would if they were wild or home raised pigs. Now hey, Fluffy, what's going on, Fluff and stuff? Um, you were his shadow. That's funny. I'm lazy. That's too much work when you're processing the deer by yourself. Yeah. Um, now, going back. Um, oh, now I used to work with a mechanic when I worked for a pipeline contractor here before I actually went out into the field working. Um, before I went in the field operating equipment, I was a heavy equipment mechanic, and I worked with a mechanic and his brother who they lived north of us up in Luther, and they actually went out hog hunting. They caught the hogs live. They had bay dogs. They had their pen, their dogs, different dogs that did different jobs. And they had a piece of carpet on the hood of the Suburban that when they drove down the road and their dog sensed or, was able to smell or sense a hog, they jumped off the hood of the truck and they were gone. So they'd stop the truck, and when they found the dogs, they had the hogs ready to go. So they would take the hogs home live. He had a pen, and I remember him telling me one time. At one point in time, they had 17 hogs in their pen that they were fattening up on their own. So yeah, you can take a wild hog and fatten it up. You got to feed it. You got to give it corn. Whatever you're going to feed it, they'll eat pretty much anything. But if you want to have bacon, you got to fatten them up. So you got to give them. If you take them live, you got to give them plenty of stuff. I had customers, didn't hear anything, but I've cleaned over 20 wild hogs and all the meat was good. Yeah, yeah, Josh, I'm just telling you what I've been told as far as their size and everything else. Um, but it's I hopefully I'll go ahead and I'll get me a hog. Me and my dad, maybe we'll go out. We'll go down sometime before deer season. We'll get us a hog or two and have us some good fresh hog meat put in the freezer. Guys, we're going on 2.5 hours. Uh, Dom is home. He's watching cartoons now. But my dad got home. We'll go in, hang out for a little bit. So give it till 2.5 hours. Give it 2 more minutes. We're down to 11 people, but still got a great crowd. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here, for listening to me kind of ramble, tell my story, tell what's going on. It's definitely been a great live. So, hey, there's Lynn. What's going on, man? Came in on the tail end of it, buddy. I'm about to leave. Um, but I've kind of respoken, told what's happened over the last couple hours a couple times, but I'll just give one more quick recap as to why I did this live, because a lot of things have happened here lately. Um, last week, I had a family member have a little bit of legal issues. No jail time, no none of that, but it was enough as a stressful issue. Same night, my aunt called my dad. My uncle had a heart attack on the softball field. Got rushed into surgery. Had 3 stents put in his left side, and next month he's going to have a bypass on his left. And then Kenneth Powell ended up going in the hospital, which he's not my family, but he's family all the same. He's part of all of us. He's there with us. He's a good friend to everybody. And then earlier this week, my another uncle got put in the hospital and put on a respirator due to going in with pneumonia. He had a stroke probably about 20 years ago or so. He's made it by pretty good over the years, but they were afraid he might have had another stroke. They did brain scan, no stroke. He's off the ventilator, and apparently, according to a text from my dad, he's getting released to go home today. So that's good to hear. And then Thursday, a woman ran a red light. My dad T-boned her, caved in the front of his truck all the way, you know, as far as it pretty much could. They were in a Tahoe. He's in his GMC full-size truck crew cab, caved in the front of it. It's totaled, but he's okay. His chest and his shoulder are sore from the airbag and the seatbelt, but he's doing good. So that's kind of a recap. Give you guys and just let you guys all know what's been going on with me and my family, and what's the purpose of this, just to kind of give everybody an idea of what I've been going through and some of the reason why I haven't been as active on YouTube and doing lives and stuff here lately. It's just had a whole hell of a lot of things going. The summer heat has, got somebody wanting to come up. Oh shit, there's Pooch. We'll let Pooch come up. I'll stay up here. Hey, what's up, Pooch?
Hey, Danimal, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, man? I just now looked down and saw you were ready to come up.
Well,
we'll keep going.
I just popped in because I knew you was getting ready to get out of here, but I just wanted to let you know, man, I'm glad I got to catch you on a live, and just wanted to come up and say howdy to all the folks. And brother, just ain't no step for a high stepper, and I'm pretty sure you're a high stepper, so I know you keep track.
I try to, man. I try to push past all the stuff, and most of you guys have never seen my tattoo, but that's I've got the Chinese symbol for strength.
There you go.
That tattoo didn't come out the way I really wanted it to, but I got it done in my early 20s. I've got the Chinese symbol for strength on my tattoo, and I mainly did that due to I did that for inner strength because of all the things I endured growing up. I had a lot of things I had to deal with, being bullied for different things. And I mean, I tell you, I told you guys earlier about the beginning of my dental troubles with my teeth going through my lip and shattering. That caused my whole top lip. It caused my whole top lip to scar, and it kind of came down to a point. And I went through my whole, I think, 7th grade year with everybody calling me Turtle because my top lip came down kind of like a turtle beak. And that was bad enough on its own.
Yes,
that was horrible having to deal with. And the sad thing is, some of my best friends were the popular kid in school, but yet I was never one of the popular kids. I was that friend of the popular kids that we hung out outside of school, but when it came to school time, well, who the hell are you, kind of thing. But yeah, so I had a lot of things when I was growing up, when I was younger, that I had to deal with. So that put, when I saw that symbol for strength, and I just I wanted something that was different. Like I said, the tattoo definitely didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but it's got the symbol on there. It represents me, and I try to keep pushing forward and keep that going, because that I try to make it through and show that inner strength, even though it gets the best of me a lot of times.
Well, things like that will get the best of all of us. We're all dealing with our own issues and history and baggage and whatnot. And, we all have a story. And whether it's good, bad, or not, we don't know each other's story personally, but, it's the strong keep going. And I know myself, I've been through quite a bit, and thank goodness I've managed to maintain myself and just keep going up, because I have kids as well. I know they depend on and need me. And, you've got family. You say you're there with your dad. I'm sure your dad depends on you as well. But it's tough, but we all got to keep it chugging and carrying on. You know, there's things that'll knock us down, but we get back up and stay at it. And I just wanted to say too, you know, because you said earlier about us not being able to communicate in the past and why that was like that, I don't even know. But I'm
Yeah.
glad that we were able to. Like now, you're able to see me, and I can come up in your live. I'm grateful that I've caught you on the
Yep.
live. I can't say that. I think I've caught you one other time back when I wasn't able to be seen by you, but I was there. I think it was the live when you actually had your son on with you. Y'all were doing something, but
Yeah.
then again, I met you at Mid America Meetup in
Mm.
Oklahoma, but I kind of feel bad because I didn't get to spend that much time with you, and I think you were there on the final day.
Yeah.
At least that's
Well,
when I know I saw you. But you know,
I showed up on Saturday about 6 p.m. and I stayed through to Sunday afternoon when everybody was kind of spreading out, kind of leaving, loading up and getting out of there. But I
yeah,
showed up at right at just a few minutes after 6 p.m. on Saturday, and that's when I met you and Tish initially.
hmm
Met a lot of people. I tried to get out there early, but I had bought some stuff at a sale, and I had to drive all the way from where I'm at all the way up to Guthrie, which is a 45-minute drive to go pick that stuff up, come back home, and then I debated with myself as to whether I even wanted to go or was going to go, because there's part of me that feels like I'm not part of that community. Like I've been into numerous lives, and I go in and I try to chat with people, and I get
hmm
no traction. I get no hello from the host, no hi from the people in chat. So it's kind of it's disheartening disheartening, discouraging, but at the same time, there was you, there was Maddie, there was Danny, Danny Days Ahead, there was numerous people that I do talk to, and I knew were going to be there, that people that I wanted to meet,
hmm
that I'm not saying anything bad about like Mike and Terry. I spent a good period of time about going into MT Homestead's lives, going in there not getting any kind of traction, any kind of anything, even
mm,
from Mike and Terry. Telling, hey, I'm from Oklahoma too.
yeah,
There's plenty of people in Oklahoma, just trying to get a little traction, try to jump in and be part of things, but yet I couldn't really seem to really even blend in. So I kind of felt like I was on the outskirts, but I continued to be part of it and
yeah,
go into different people's lives. Paul Casper, how's it going, Paul? Thanks for coming in. But I finally quit struggling with myself, and I said, screw it. I'm loading the truck up. I'm taking my fishing stuff. I'm going up there. I'm going to meet all these people that I talked to. Whether I talk to them after this or not,
hmm
I'm going up there to meet them. And I do still talk to some of these people. Goat Days, if you
yeah,
remember meeting Goat Days, him and his wife, I met them. I go into their lives. They're good people.
yeah,
9 Acre Farms, I think, a number of
yeah.
people. Jen and Wiley, altruistic. I didn't know who they were until I met them there. They're freaking awesome people. They
They
cooked up
are.
the breakfast. They cooked. They did a lot of cooking for dinner, and they live
Mhm.
about 45 minutes from me. I need to go, find a way to go meet up with them sometime and hang out.
For
Thank
sure.
you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. But, you know, I went up there. I enjoyed my time. I went
Good.
up there and met everybody I could. It was just me. Like I said, I do everything by myself. I never really have anybody to go with me do things. No matter how many times I try to get a hold of people, it's always me doing things by myself. So you know, what the hell? I go and I went up there, met a lot of great people. I met you and Tish, and
Yeah.
I got a pooch in my life.
Everybody needs a friend named Pooch, and they call me Pooch.
Exactly.
But again, Danimal, that I really hated that we didn't get to spend more time together because I felt pulled. I mean, I myself felt I'm the kind of person that I want to shake everybody's hand, and I
Right.
want to. And I tried to do that. There was several folks that I didn't get to talk to, which I wanted
Oh
to
yeah.
as well. And like Josh here says, you're a part of our community. As far as I'm concerned, that goes the same for me. And as well as when you are able and have that time to go down there and see Josh, be
Right.
sure and let him know or get with me, let me know, because I would love to come up there and hang out with you and Josh again.
Oh, that'd be
And
awesome.
go eat that
Where do-
barbecue as well.
Oh yeah, man. I've been to Smoking Joe's,
Yep,
and they give a lot of damn meat, and their food is good.
it was good. I went
Mm.
there with
Where,
him myself.
all right, Eugene Brooks says I'm gonna go. I got some things to get done before dark. Take care. Hey, Eugene, man, I definitely appreciate you being here, being part of this. It's been a good live stream. I appreciate you being here. Um, Pooch, where do you live? I know you're somewhere in East Texas.
I am down in South Central Texas.
Oh, South Central. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about 30 miles south of Fort Worth. I don't know if anybody's heard of Burleson or Crowley.
I have
Godly.
heard of Burleson. I've never been there, but I've heard the name.
Yep, I'm down in that area, so I'm
Yeah.
in the country as well, and
Okay.
love it out here. And I think it was just a couple hour ride for me to get up there to see Josh. So
Yeah.
and speaking of goat days, they're going to be on Tish's live or channel here in a couple weeks. They'll
Okay.
be she'll be interviewing them on her show, No Judgment Here, with
Awesome.
Tish Ross. So I look forward. I've heard some of their story, and they're a couple of great people as well.
Yeah.
Just like
They
all
good.
of us, we've all got a history.
Yeah. Hey, Shirley T, how you doing? Uh-oh. Sherman says he's got melons now. He'll hold them up. He'll hold them up for you, Pooch. Right here.
Yeah, melons and hopefully some cantaloupe.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And I've like I talked about earlier, I have a big problem anymore where I get like 2 to 2.5 hours sleep. So I go in and work, and I come home, and I'll end up falling asleep, and I'll sleep sometimes till it might be 5, it might be 6, it might be 8, might be 10 o'clock at night, and then I'm awake and can't fall back to sleep till 3:30. The other night, Thursday night, I got, I think, about an hour and a half sleep because I tossed and turned. I had a lot of things going on in my head. I just could not sleep. But I've got to try to work on that, and I'm gonna try to keep up because I haven't been able to keep up with some people's lives that I really feel, like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, I'm a mod in your channel. I have to be there. It's my job. But
Yeah,
I feel like I want to be there for certain things for people in their lives and be part of it. And week after week, I'm sleeping through different people's. I keep sleeping through your live. I sleep through my one of my best friend Elgato through Chris's live.
mhm,
And he's got a good little weekly talk show he's doing with Carolina Real Screamers. And I keep falling asleep, and I wake up after the damn show's done. Um,
yeah,
so I'm just like, damn it. But I'll try to stay awake and be there for Tish's show. Try to be there for yours. But yeah, definitely, man. If I get a time where I can just go down and hang out with Josh sometime, and him and his family, I didn't really get to spend. His daughter was around, I think, more than most, but his wife was dealing with the younger boy and everything else. I
right.
think. I think they got the younger boy, but either way. But it was funny because when the sun went down and the fun started happening at the get together,
Mhm.
uh, at the meetup, we ended up over at whoever's trailer we were at, whoever's RV we were at. Um, I I just drove my truck over there to go hang out for the night, and I pulled up right next to Josh's truck because his camping site was right next to them, and he was standing out there, and I pulled up. I'm like, man, I don't know this guy, but hopefully he don't raise hell about me parking so close to his truck. And we're sitting there, we're hanging out, having fun, and he comes over. And man, Josh was just a down ass, just cool guy.
He
And
is.
Simply Jan had a set of, I think it was Jan had brought them. They were a set of, and I never knew because I grew up during the height, the peak of Nerf time, when they're getting big. Well, I think it was Jan or uh, somebody had brought a set of Nerf stilts.
Oh,
Never
wow.
knew they made them. I believe they were Nerf brand stilts, but Josh comes over and shows us all how to walk on stilts. And man, we all had a blast on those stilts. It was a fun time. Uh, Drew Drew kind of Drew got on him and did him some little dancing and jumped around. Everybody had a good time. And then, we all snuck over late at night and we stole that cake, which we didn't really steal it because it was there for everybody. I mean, hell, there were so many of those damn
Oh,
cakes that I don't remember who made those cakes, but we stole that cake and Brenda caught us in the middle of it. And she came over and was talking to us while we were doing it. But, so, everybody's taking snacks and cakes and everything, but it was a snack. It was a, shit. Was it O'Rourke's Littlefield? Was it her husband's birthday? I think we took the cake for, whoever's husband it was having a birthday. And at midnight, we sang them happy birthday and presented the cake.
wow. I bet
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, it was a good time though. It was a trip I needed. I ended up having fun. At the end of the day, there was kind of part of me that still felt like kind of like Maddie and Drew and Lindsay and everybody kind of like were like, okay, cool, see ya, had a good time. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you're leaving and people are like, yeah, okay, he's gone. Kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
But I still, at the same time, I did, it meant the world to me to go and meet everybody that I met and hang out with and had a great time.
Good.
No ill feelings to anybody. Everything, things like that happen.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and a lot of it, maybe it was all just me. Maybe it was just me kind of getting into my own head and thinking too much of things. But,
Well,
it
you
was,
never know. But I could tell you, if we wind up coming up there and knowing you're coming to Josh's, I guarantee you Tish will be coming with me, and because she'll want to come see you too. So,
yeah, that'll be great. And bring your fishing stuff because Josh lives
oh,
around an area that's got a lot of good fishing.
well, I wish she would have said something about when we were there the last time, but I'll definitely bring it and would look
Oh,
forward
yeah.
to spending a day fishing. That would be awesome.
Dude, it ain't too hard to get over to Texoma
Yeah, no.
from down around that way. And, the Red River ain't too far.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting to
Actually,
go fishing myself lately, but it's just been too hot down here where I'm at. We need
oh, yeah.
rain bad, but
Yeah, that's why I haven't been getting out fishing myself too much. It's just this heat.
yeah, it's crazy, and
And
I'm grateful that I don't work out in it, but
right.
when I am in it, it's brutal.
Oh, it was Jan's husband, Kevin. Okay. Okay, that's right. But yeah, by the time the heat breaks, the heat doesn't really break until about 8, 9 o'clock at night. And by then, I should already be in the middle of fishing and instead of just getting started because I got to get my ass home and,
Right, go to
unload and all
sleep.
that crap, clean up, and then get to bed. But yeah,
Yeah.
Dom's finally trying to talk me, asking when we're going to go fishing sometimes. Got the
Mhm.
boat, We're pretty much ready. That's my dad's boat. So I'm pretty much waiting on him to be like, okay, hey, and I'm trying to get him to want to go out, but eventually I'm just going to be like, hey, dude, I know it's
Let's
your
go.
boat, and he's owned it for like over 20 years, but never taken it out.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to get him, I kind of got him back into fishing, and then it's just so much going on with him too that
Right.
he's kind of distracted and discouraged from things too. Um, but eventually it's just going to come to the point in time where I'm just like, dude, I'm taking the damn boat. I'm tired of this crap.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
we've got it. It needs to be used.
there's a Pine Cove Fest coming up too. It's in Texas, but
A
Pine
pine
Cove
cone
Fest.
fest.
Yeah, heard that and heard that Outdoors is putting it on out at
Oh, yeah.
Mount Vernon,
Okay.
Cypress Lake. It's where last year's was, but that's coming up at the end of September. So
Okay. I'll have to look into that one.
yeah, we plan on going to that one too. So that'd be awesome if you're able
Yeah.
to make it.
Yeah. I'll have to
Well,
keep up with I have to keep up with you guys. Start trying to make more of an effort to come into the homesteading community live streams and stuff, and trying to get back up on more things that are going on.
Yeah, and
We lost your audio. Pooch, I don't hear you. Can't hear you talk, buddy. Anybody hear Pooch talk?
there we
Pooch,
go.
there we
I
go.
got it. Yeah, I didn't know that it hit the mute button, but dang, I lost my train of thought there too. I was rattling away at something, but
Yeah.
other than the going to the Mount Vernon Lake Cypress for Pineco Fest, and I think that'll be a fun time to meet up. But regardless, that's in September. But regardless, I would hope to maybe us run and see Josh.
Yeah.
Before that time, that would be kind of fun to come back up
Oh,
there.
yeah. Definitely.
In time to get some watermelon too.
Yeah. Otter Cat, what's going on, buddy? And hey, you know, it can be on a weekend that I got Dom because, you know, Josh has kids,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and, you know, Dom's pretty good about even doing things by himself. But, you know, Josh has kids. That wouldn't be bad. He enjoys just being around people. And so that'd be cool. But yeah, we need to try to plan sometime a little bit in advance. You know, I'm sure Josh needs a little advance notice, and
Yeah, I
you
got to
would,
catch
and
him
I
at
would.
home. I threatened him to show up at 2 or 3 in the morning, and he said he'd have the coffee ready.
Oh, nice. Pinecone Fest, October 13th to 15th. All right. Well, I'll
Yeah,
have to definitely get back into keeping up with some lives. And Think Over Stink, what's up, Gene? Hey, you have. We kind of got past all the depressing bad stuff here, Gene. You know, the reason for the live. You want to find out about that? You'll have, you know, kind of want to scroll back to the beginning, but yeah, we're on to being a little more positive here now. Oh, we have a trampoline. All right.
Well, my prayers are with all of those folks dealing with health issues, and just hoping recovery is quick and full
Yeah.
recovery, and for your family and those families involved. So
I
that's
appreciate that, Pooch.
most definitely. And did I miss a little bit earlier? I know Tish had mentioned to me. She's the one that actually said, "Hey, Danimals Live talking about business type structure, or you trying to
Yeah,
start a business?"
yeah, I've got some fishing products that I've been working on that I made one and I need to refine how I make it. That and then another thing I've got the idea, I just actually have to make it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a few different ideas that I need to work on trying to get patents for. That's going to be a financial issue that I got to work on. But
Yeah.
I plan on getting a LLC or corporation because I do have multiple different business ideas for different things that I plan on trying to get going. And it's just I kind of I know people, but at the same time, it's like I get discouraged and I have no push. I need to get that get that oomph behind me to just get after going doing it because I do said I probably need to go ahead and get the finished products going. I really want to get started on trying to get patents, but even if I can't do that, at least if I can get a business going before I
Yeah.
start marketing my products and putting them out to the public, then that kind of gives me a little bit of credit right there, accreditation.
Well, not only accreditation, but it also would probably give you that oomph to do it.
Yeah,
And just for my 2 cents, I would probably get that LLC done. That
right,
way, that way, with any and all of expenses you might put into it, that's write off, man. And
right, definitely.
though that business is a gateway to tax write offs and savings.
Oh, yeah,
For what you put into developing, marketing, whatever. So,
right. Yeah,
and
definitely. That's
that would probably give you that up too.
right,
Don't jump at it too fast. Focus on
right.
one thing at a time and just go with it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like I was talking to my dad. I was like, I want to get my car back on the road because I haven't driven it in a number of years. It's been sitting because originally the brakes decided they wanted to go bad while it was sitting after I bought my truck, and then the clutch decided it wanted to go bad. So I got to work on the clutch. Probably replace the master cylinder. Hopefully not the slave, because I think I'll have to throw a transmission for that. But that's my BMW sitting over there next to the shop.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, it's an M5. It's 2003 M5, 5-liter V8, 6-speed manual. It is a fun car, 4-door, got black and red ostrich skin leather interior. It's freaking great. But I need to get it back on the road, and I was like, man, I wish I just had the money to get all the dents, dings, get the paint straight, get everything done with that, repaint it the way I want it, and then eventually maybe do a wrap on it. Which about 6 years ago, I was talking to a friend of ours that owns a sign and graphics store, and they do wraps and stuff. And I told him, I was like, man, I want to do that new purple. I want to do that purple chrome wrap on it. And he told me, he said, that's going to be about $6,000, because that chrome metallic wrap is harder to do. I don't know if you heard that, but that's about 0.8 of a mile away. Somebody getting on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I heard it.
that's how you can. Yeah, the way the sound goes around here. But yeah, you told me back then it was going to be like $6,000 just to wrap it in that metallic chrome wrap vinyl. But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I could do things with this car, and if I got my business going, that can be my business card. I can write
Exactly.
off the things that I do to it.
Well, keep in mind, you keep your YouTube channel under that umbrella as well. So,
Exactly.
I mean, I run my stuff through an LLC, and
Right.
I'm a full-time employee elsewhere, but YouTube and my t-shirts and hats that we do, all of that stuff is run through LLC. YouTube as well is run through that LLC. So there's a lot of benefits to having it.
Yeah. Well, OtterCat started a branch of the Long Beach Crips, the LBC. He went back to he's part of the Long Beach Crips. He went back to Snoop Dogg and all them. Now I'm joking. I don't know what an LBC is, but I guess there's one. Did you know I have Jimmy Houston's personal phone number? I'm all the time texting and calling him. I can share his number, but I can't. I think he's probably saying I can't share his number, but I can make a call. And Josh, to answer your question, some of the things I'm making could be beneficial to bass fishermen, and other things be beneficial to cat fishermen, or other thing if you're fishing for if you're trolling for like walleye, or whatever kind of fish. But there's some product ideas I'm working on.
I need to start watching some of these fishing channels because I love to fish, and I like bass fishing. I don't catfish as much. I did a lot when I was younger, but I definitely love to go fishing, and I'd be glad to use some of those products and purchase some of that stuff. Just get it out there, and marketing within YouTube, other affiliates with other channels is the way to go.
Right, and some of them are going to be more specific. Some of the things are product specific to what I'm making them for, and there's a ton of people out there that have what they're going to be made for, but there's also a big majority of the people in the fishing communities that don't have them. But if all you got to do is hit the right people, and just let people know that these things are out there for them, and they'll they could be prime things.
Yeah. Who was it earlier you were saying that made their own plastics?
That is Off the Hook Outdoors. That's Ted. He makes his own soft plastics of a big variety of different things. He will take your request as far as what color you want to make them in.
Yeah.
If you watch some of it, he does like to go live while he makes his soft bait, and he shows how he does them. He makes some like, it'd be like, I remember watching one where it was like a black inner core, but like a shiny silver clear exterior.
Right.
And he, stuff for like Ned rigs and all kinds of different stuff. So he does he does a lot of bass fishing, and he does a lot of soft plastics for like bass fishing and stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check it out. He does a
Oh, I
lot of
will.
when he goes live, he usually does do a giveaway or two of packs of his stuff. Um,
I'm
but he's a
probably
really
going
great
to
guy.
go over and subscribe as we
Yeah,
speak, just so I can be there and know,
yeah,
And
definitely.
that's one of the things I like to do about coming up into other folks' lives is just finding other channels to watch, And
Yeah,
granted, you cannot watch them all, and
no,
I
no,
don't expect anybody to watch mine all the time and be there all the time either. So
right.
it is what it is.
Yeah, yep,
But
definitely.
I do like to have a personal connection with most everybody. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the uh the personal connection with everybody. I love, I try to be social with everybody when I go live, and a lot of times I don't bring people up on panel, but when I do, I love and appreciate everybody that comes up.
Same here. Same here.
Otter Cat makes hair jigs, flipping jigs for bass, and all his lead heads.
I
Otter
see
Cat
that.
might be somebody. I don't know if Otter is willing to, you know, share, sell, or do whatever with what he makes, but Otter Cat's a fun guy. He's cool. He goes into the reef robbers' lives every Monday night, usually. Reef robber Earl lives in Oregon. If you're not familiar with him, he does a lot of crabbing and ocean fishing, and I do plan on. I talked about it last year. I didn't get to make it, but I'm looking at plane tickets. Have a friend that works at American Airlines, and I'm gonna try to talk to her and see if maybe she can help me out, get some cheaper tickets or something. But I'm looking at maybe trying to fly out there in October, go do some crabbing and ocean fishing with Earl. Um, you know, he doesn't go live when he's out fishing because I guess you know signal out on the ocean isn't good enough for that. So,
Right.
but, but hopefully I'll have some good content, even if it takes him recording it and cutting, editing it, and me paying him so I can have good videos, good production videos for my channel. But
Right. And
so,
Brenda, I do. It just depends on what you'd like. There's a lot of stuff out there, and uh, I'll make anything if I'm able to. But I do a lot of
yeah.
hats, so women's hats. Yeah, it just depends on what you want.
Well, that's awesome to know, Pooch, because eventually I would like to get some merch of my own.
Yeah,
Maybe start out with.
we've been approached by a lot of people about making merch, and usually, and I don't like turning stuff down, but
Yeah,
a lot of times it's cheaper for you, the other folks, if you're not local, is to find you a local person that can
right.
make that stuff for you. Because by the time, like if I make it, then I did hear you talking about shipping. By the time it
Mm,
has to be shipped out, it gets costly sometimes.
yeah, that makes sense.
And you talk about giving away stuff, because I have done a lot of making of merch products for different collaborations, and I've been a part of them and
Yeah,
offered to donate stuff for that particular collaboration. And then
right.
in the end, when it came down to it, I was just going to box it all up and send it to the organizers of that was putting it on, but it
Mm,
wound up no, I shipped it all out, and I was
yeah,
shipping stuff all out from my place to all over.
right.
I thought, whoa, 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 wait a minute. I
Hmm,
thought, well, I learned a lesson then. So
right, exactly.
I don't mind giving my stuff away sometimes, but when I'm having to ship it out too, dang.
Oh yeah, it adds up. But man, Pooch, I've been going for 3 hours and four
I
minutes
know
now.
you have.
But
I
no,
just wanted
hey,
to get in here with you. I just wanted to get in here with you, say, hey,
there's
Danimal, love you,
I appreciate
brother.
it.
And
There's Boone Deer. I think that's Risha from, if you're familiar with Iron Antlers. I think that's Beard's wife, Risha there. I appreciate you
okay,
coming in. Iron Antlers Adventures or whatever, he does a lot of magnet fishing, and he
oh,
does some
cool.
blacksmithing stuff and all kinds of different things. He goes live typically on Wednesdays as well.
Nice.
I haven't made it to their lives in quite a while, and I need to make it a habit. I need to get back in there. I always enjoy their lives, but yeah, they do magnet fishing, metal detecting. He does some little bit of foraging, and he likes. He doesn't do much in the way of fishing with his channel, but he does like to fish. They're an all around great couple too. But yeah, but I wanted to kind of highlight her, and she just jumped in. But I do want to go ahead and say thank you, Pooch, for coming up. I stayed up for a little bit longer just to enjoy you being up here, and it's been awesome.
Most
But
definitely.
I appreciate each and every one of you guys, ladies and gentlemen, coming up, hanging out with me over this last 3 hours. But I do need to get in and hang out with Dom. Oh, here he comes. I was about to come in and come hang out with you. What's up, Bubba?
The big.
Okay. All right. No. Nope.
I was
No. I know what you're going to ask. I'm not. No. You don't need to sit around and watch videos on YouTube all night long just because now Papa's got the TV on in the living room. See that? I created a monster letting him watch YouTube videos. I'm going to try and go this year. Hopefully. Come here. Hey, maybe once I come in a few minutes, maybe. But come here. You better put your smiley face on and quit being a stinker. All right, guys. So, you want to put your hat on, show everybody your cool hat? He got his hat too. But yeah, he wants to be a stinker now. Dad came in and took over he got home, took over the living room TV, and no more YouTube videos. So, hey, people are saying hi, cutie.
Hello.
He's gonna be a stinker. Otter says mini animal. But thank you guys, definitely. It means a lot for everybody. I got a hat. It means a lot for everybody to come in and hang out with me and listen to me ramble and tell my story of what's going on with me. I'm trying to keep my head up and push through everything. Shirley says, "Boy, I love that hat. He's a cutie." But regardless of how bad things are getting, I'm trying to push through, and just gonna keep going one day at a time. Try to push through and find a way to keep positive thought and try to keep a smile going. And eventually maybe I'll get that smile out that everybody can be infected by. And always give you guys that infectious smile and joy. But until then, I try to give the best I can. But yeah, I love all y'all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you for being here. Hopefully y'all have a good
I got
rest.
a lantern.
He's got a lantern. I found this at Walmart yesterday after I got my hair cut. It was on the clearance aisle for $3. He loves all kinds of lights, and I found him this cute little lantern for $3 in the clearance aisle, and he loves it. It's even got kind of a little flickering effect. Yep, they had them in green and red, but yeah, it's cute. It lights up and it flickers, but he loves it. It don't matter what kind of flashlight or anything else he's got. He loves it. So, but Pooch, thank you, sir, for coming up. Risha, everybody, Martin, Shirley, Misplaced, Danny Stone. I know he's got his own live thing going now. JTC. I can't remember every single person that's been in here. Sandy Toes, but all you people, Josh Sherman, Simply Jan, Freedom Redbird, Brenda, everybody. Thank you all for being here. It means the world to me, and I'm going to try to go live a little bit more often from now on. Try to get something going one way or another, whether it's fishing or working on artwork or just maybe having a BS session.
Put that slideshow together so we can see that creativity.
Oh yeah, I need to get a slideshow together of all the stuff that I made over the past.
That'd be cool.
So, yeah, try to figure that out. Canva, I should be able to do that with Canva pretty easily, and I've thought about it. I just never get around to it. So I'll do that here pretty soon, hopefully. But you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe in whatever you do. And I will talk to you all soon.
You
And
too, Dan.
hey,
And Dom.
say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Say thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
All right, y'all have a good weekend. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
You too. Thank you,
Bye.
everybody.
Yes, sir. Bye, Pooch. Bye, everybody. Give him that smile. Give him that smile. All right. Good night, everybody. Bye.